Hello? Hello? Hello, everybody. Welcome in. Happy Tuesday. How are we all doing today? Also, let me say here, hi, Emoji, and also hi, Lilac. Thank you for redeeming your park entrance. How are we all doing today? It has been a day. It's been a, well, I should say, it's more of like, it's been a past couple of days, I should say, because it's been kind of stressful. I'm not gonna lie here. It's been kind of stressful over at work, and it's also been just a teensy weensy bit stressful at home as well, with stuff that's coming up and everything. But we're here. We are surviving, so. But yes, welcome in, everybody. I know normally I stream on like a Monday and stuff like that, but I mainly just wanted to have a couple of days to kind of just unwind. You know what I'm saying? Like, just kind of unwind. And just kind of relax for a little bit, because next week is extremely nerve-wracking, right? So next week is going to be a little nerve-wracking, but I'm both not ready for it, but also it is what it is. So we'll have to kind of take it from there when it happens, right? Well, I'm glad you're doing very okay, Lilac. I hope you've been behaving and you've been good. But also there's some stuff that happened last week, and I really want to kind of jump into it, because especially with the paleological stuff, because we just found basically the Kraken. Right, we basically found a new species of giant, I mean, like, not even giant, like, absolutely gargantuan octopus. And it's essentially the Kraken. Because now, granted, I've been told by that the size might vary just a teensy-weensy bit, but it's still, like, regardless of how you want to shake a stick at it, it's still basically just the Kraken. It's a type of octopus that has been found places from, like, I want to say Canada all the way to Japan. And these giant octopi would basically eat mosasaurs, because their beaks showed wear and tear, meaning that they had a diet of hard-bodied prey items. So things like mosasaurs, plesiosaurs, sharks, and I mean, like, this is like absolutely fascinating. Let me see if I can find the name of it. Because we'll watch a video about it, but let me see here real quick. So let me take a look here. Let me see here. Let's see here, prehistoric Kraken. Whoa, excuse me. It's called the Nemaio Toothus, I believe it's what it's called. Yes, very good, Lilac. It is a very big octopus. It's a very, very big one. It's probably around... they have said that it might be up to 60 feet. And that means it's going to be a very big and very, very scary type of octopi. Yeah, so it says it is about... So it says here the estimated for the smaller... I'm gonna butcher this. Nemaio Toothus, whatever it's. Hang on, real quick. What is it called? I'm gonna run this through a Google Translate before I fumble this thing more so than I already have. Here we go. I'm just gonna run this through Google Translate real quick. Let's see here. Do I have no, hang on, let me see here. Google Translate. Sure. Oh wait, here we go.
Nanaimo Toothus.
Nanaimo Toothus. That's what it's called. Nanaimo Toothus. So, let's take a look here. So it says here that apparently it can be up to anywhere between... Now, the smallest samples have shown it to be about 3 to 8 meters long. And then the Cretaceous octopus, the Nanaimo Toothus, could be anywhere up between 17 to 19 meters. So that's pretty big. That is a very, very big octopus. Now, granted, this also is coming from a beak sample. So your mileage may vary on the actual size of the animal, but it's a pretty decent estimate of how big this thing was. Because I think at the time right now, the largest mosasaur that was swimming around in the Cretaceous, I believe, was the classic mosasaur. So Mosasaurus hoffmanni. So, I could be wrong. I could be wrong on that one. It might be the other. There might be another mosasaurus. I believe it's called Globidens, which was a bigger and chunkier mosasaur. But I believe hoffmanni was the larger mosasaur. But even then, hoffmanni, I believe, only came up to the size of an orca, a killer whale. So the fact that this thing could very well and probably did hunt Mosasaurus hoffmanni really kind of says a lot. So actually, I kind of want to... Okay. Let me see here real quick. Actually, no. We'll go through all the model kit stuff because there is a good bit of model kits to talk about. Right? So there is a good few model kits to talk about, actually. Because Zoids just dropped a few model kits. Yeah, so Zoids dropped a few model kits as well. And I kind of want to go over that, and then we will go over not the mosasaur, the octopus. It is an octopus, Lilac, but very good. I know they're very hard to. I know they can be hard, but it is a octopus. Don't worry. I know some people get them confused too. But you're very good, Lilac. All right, so. Because I know Ranma posted this in the Discord, so I want to kind of go over this as well. So I want to say it's an official model kit. I'm not entirely sure. But I believe it is a third-party model kit. But, so this is a third-party Yu-Gi-Oh! Model kit. I want to say it's a third-party. I'm not entirely sure on it. It looks like it's official. But I could be wrong. But this seems to be the main dragon monster for the main character for Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds. And it looks cool. It looks kind of cool. I never really saw Yu-Gi-Oh! 5D, so I can't really say whether or not it's a good series. Right? I can't really say that it's a good series or not because, again, I've never seen it. This is, like, way after my time. But it does look cool. It does look kind of cool. It's called the, what is this? The Shooting Star Dragon. Okay. Yeah, I'm kind of lost in the sauce when it comes to Yu-Gi-Oh! After GX. So, it looks cool. I like that it kind of has like a kind of like a jet motif. Yeah, it has like a really cool jet motif. With that being said, now I kind of want to go over the other model kit because there's been a lot that dropped. So, over on HobbyLinkJapan, which by the way, if you guys don't know, I'm in a proud affiliate with HobbyLinkJapan. HobbyLinkJapan is your #1 hobby store in the world for all of your anime figure and your model kit needs. They do ship worldwide, and it all comes straight from Japan. They do have a private warehouse system where you can store all of your items in one piece and ship them out bit by bit or as one massive bulk. Use my chat command code !HLJ to take you directly to the website. And if not, there are the panels down below. They do ship worldwide minus the Middle East. And then I'm also an affiliate with Waifu Airs. Use chat command code waifu, take you directly to the website. Use my code GRARLBROWN at checkout for 50% off on all of your online purchases. Okay. So, this right here is... Now, this one kind of surprised me, but also I'm a little pissed. So, this here is the Chogokin Daijujin. So, basically, this is the Megazord from Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Now, this was released a while ago. Like, this was released a hot while ago. So, what it is that it is a, more or less, a very show-accurate figure of Daijujin. It's also extremely posable. It's got weighted metal parts and everything. It's really, really good. Like, this is kind of like your penultimate version of Daijujin. I have Dragon Caesar, which is the Dragon Zord. And this one's really good. I just need a Daijujin. And let me see here. Is this... Oh, I'm sorry. This is actually a 2-pack. So this is, I guess, a re-release of Daijujin and Dragon Caesar. But here we have all the Zords. So we have Triceratops, Pteranodon, Tyrannosaurus, Saber-tooth Tiger, and then Zoo Mammoth. And yes, they are all extremely posable. I really love the Tyrannosaurus. That looks so good. I'm not even saying it's a bias, but like that does look really good. The Tyrannosaurus, now that I look at it more and more, it kind of gives off more of Gorosaurus from the Godzilla movies. And then we have Triceratops. And then we have Pteranodon. So this is actually a really good way if you didn't get either set. And what's also really cool is that they do have like little features as well. So like the Triceratops, you can launch the horns from like the show. The tail of the tiger can pop out a little bit. The back panels of Mammoth can fold up. Pteranodon's just kind of there. She's just sitting there, basically. But you can recreate the Dino Tank. And then Daijujin. And then you can also... I forgot what this is called. I think this is called... I want to say it's called Dairyujin. I want to say. I could be wrong, but this is Dragon Zord Battle Mode. But it's really cool. But also, the pre-order window for this was absolute bullshit. I didn't even know this was a thing until today. So this was dropped, I think this was dropped yesterday, if not this morning. And it immediately sold out. The deadline to cancel or pre-order anything is already passed. This dropped, I think, literally just yesterday. That is bullshit. But that's going to be released in October of this year. Right on my birthday, too. I hate that. Normally, we don't usually cover this, but I really want to cover this because I love Super Creek. But they just announced a Super Creek statue from Uma Musume. And she looks so good. Oh my god, I love Super Creek. Oh my god, I love Mama Horse. I love Mommy Horse. She looks so cute. I want to get her so badly, but there's also going to be a lot on my plate that I'm already going to be pre-ordering, so I don't know. But yeah, she's coming out in December, and her deadline is actually not too... you got a good while if you want to pre-order her. Which, again, I don't get the whole pre-order window for HobbyLink because some have, months. This is, a good couple of, if not a good 3 months. Whereas Daijujin had, a day. It makes no sense. So, the other one that just got announced was the model kit for Voltron. So, the deadline for this one is in a couple of months, so... What is that? June 4th. Yeah, so June 4th. And this is just classic Voltron. And it looks really good. And then, because it's Voltron, you can break it up. So you can have all the different lions. So you have black, green, blue... I'm sorry. I'm fucking stupid. Black, red, blue, green, and then yellow lion. And they all have, their little mouth-held accessories. And it looks nice. I'm not a Voltron fan, so I might... I'll pass up on it. Just, again, not that really big into Voltron. So, kind of have to be a little bit mindful of, my collection. So, if you want it, if you want this, more power to you. It's going to be released in September of this year for about $53. Now, for the Zoids, I'm probably gonna pre-order this. I'm not gonna lie, because I love Super Creek. Now, for the Zoids, so the Zoids dropped a good few stuff. So they're re-releasing this little puppy. So this here is a chibi-style Command Wolf. Now, this is a re-release that they've done years and years and years and years and years ago. So Kotobukiya. Oh god, when did this come out, actually? I'd have to ask Phobos when these were released. In fact, actually, let me see here. Oh god, yeah, let me actually take a look at this. Let me see here. D-Style Swords. D-Style Swords. So, let me see here. Yeah, D-Style Zoids. D-Style. Because I know this stuff was years ago. I remember seeing these on HobbyLink, again, years and years and years and years ago. I know they didn't sell well. Because they kind of canceled the whole line, right? Yeah. Okay, yeah. Yeah. So, this was released all the way back in 2011. So, this is a pretty old model kit, right? And this is the Irvine Command Wolf Custom. So you do get that long-range barreled rifle and then the standard rifle. You do get like a little painted version of Irvine, and he looks really adorable. You also get a clear version of him, but you also get a clear style cockpit. So if you just want to see the pilot, there you go. But yeah, it's really, really cute. And these are pretty cheap too. So these are only going to charge you about like $22. So that's not bad. That's actually not bad at all. But yeah, no. So I am looking at it on Zoid's wiki. And it says, yeah, these were released all the way back in 2011 and ended in 2013. So yeah, it looks like they didn't really sell well. Yeah, it says Blade Liger was the first Zoid of this mixed series line. It sold in 2011. However, the Death Soar had been seen at hobby conventions before the Blade Liger and closely followed the Liger in release. Various other Zoids were seen non-consecutively in the D-Style line through 2013. Yeah, so it looks like it didn't sell well, but now it looks like they're coming back because now they're also going to release a Shield Liger. And it is adorable. I have both of these on pre-order on Big Bad. And yeah, these are adorable. I really, really love these. And then for this one, you get a little painted version of Van, but you also get a an unpainted version of him. Not only that, but you also get a little clear cockpit so you can see the pilot. And then it looks like, I don't know if this is a sign, but it does look like we might get a Gustav. That is his real name, by the way. I love the fact that there is a Zoid named Gustav. Or in the anime, they call it the Gustav. But no, it's Gustav. For whatever weird reason, they decided to name it a very plain Jane German name. So yeah, that's really, really cute. I wanted to go over this as well. So we'll hold off on the Transformers for a little bit. Because Zoids did drop a lot of stuff. So this one here, I believe this is going to be an exclusive. But this is a Desert Shield Liger. And this one looks really good. I really love the desert camo color, or just the desert colored Shield Liger. But yes, I believe this is going to be a Shizuoka Hobby Show exclusive by the looks of it. So if you want to get this, you're going to probably have to fork over a good chunk of change just to get this little Liger. I personally, I'm still kind of a little weary about the Blade Liger mold from this line. So this is an RMZ Zoid, but the Blade Liger really kind of rubbed me off the wrong way. Just because the ankles were so prone to just snapping. So, I don't know. I don't know if this is worth the exclusive price. But it does look good, though. It does look really, really good. Now, the other Zoid that was released, and it's got a lot of people kind of scratching their heads, was this. So, this is the Murasame Liger from Zoid's Genesis. This one kind of came out of fucking nowhere. Right? This came out of absolutely nowhere. This was not promoted anywhere. This wasn't like there was nothing, and it just came out of it was like, oh hey, by the way, we're gonna release this. And some people have been kind of giving Takara some flack for this release because people have kind of noticed like, hey, how come you're releasing all of these Zoids but not the ones that you have already lined up? Right? You already have these Zoids that you've already kind of lined up, but yet for some reason you're releasing the Murasame Liger. Which, the Murasame looks fine. I mean, personally, I'm not going to get it because I already have the Supernova Murasame. And that one is about as good as you're going to get for a Murasame. Right? So it's fine. It's perfect. So, that's gonna pre-orders are gonna start in May of this year, so be ready for that. Now this one I'm gonna pre-order. So this is the Liger Zero armor. So this is just the armor, not the Liger, but just the armor. So this is good. So this is good, especially if you are someone like me who bought the Liger Zero Phoenix, and you want like just the regular plain Jane Liger, or the Liger armor. So no, this is really, really good. No, I just have the Fire Phoenix. Yeah, I just have the Fire Phoenix. So I believe, I don't know if they still have it. They might have it on Big Bad. They might have this on Big Bad, but let me just double check it, because I know you could buy the Liger just naked, and you can buy the armor accessories. Or let me see here real quick. Because like I said, let me see. Let me actually see if it's sold out. Yeah, so I bought the Fire Phoenix, because I just wanted the Fire Phoenix. Let me see. Yep, so there is the Liger Zero. See, that's the Chogokin. Yeah, that's the Chogokin Liger Zero. Naked Liger Zero. Because I'm pretty sure. Oh, I guess they didn't. Well, hang on. Let me see here real quick. Yeah. Okay. So let me do this. Let me just go into here. Oh, there you go. So just in case, if you want a Liger Zero Phoenix, there you go. You can actually get an Imperial Liger Zero. So let me just do in stock. See what happens. So I'm pretty sure they had it. Yeah, so there's the blue Fire Phoenix, which also, that looks really good. But nah, I'm good. I have my regular Fire Phoenix, so I don't really need it. There's the Liger Zero X. Hi, Sen. How you doing? Okay, so huh. I could have swore that they did. Are you buying kits? No, we're going over model kits, because Zoids dropped a good few. They dropped a good few model kit news, but also every time I see her, I want her so badly. So this is a figure of a VTuber. This is a VTuber, by the way. This is an official VTuber from Takara Tomy to mainly sell their metaverse, meta armor. Words, I can't word. Metamorverse. There we go, Metamorverse. So yeah, this is to sell their Metamorverse line. But yeah, she's a VTuber. She is a Zoid VTuber. God damn, words cannot. I can't word. All right, so hang on real quick. There we go. But yeah, so we're just kind of looking at model kits, because Takara told me just announced that they are dropping a Liger Zero base armor. So that's really good. Not only are they dropping the base Liger Zero armor, but they're also dropping the Jaeger. So the high speed variant. And not only are they dropping the Jaeger, the Jaeger armor itself, but they're dropping the Jaeger, the Liger Zero with the Jaeger armor. So, I don't know. I'll probably get the Jaeger and then the armor. Because I do have a Fire Phoenix and I don't have a Liger Zero. So, hi Chisana, how you doing? Thank you for redeeming your park entrance. So, for the Liger Zero Jaeger, this is gonna, let me see here. So the Jaeger, the armor for the Jaeger, and the Zero armor, they're all gonna go live for pre-order in May of this year. So put that in your calendar if you want to get that. Yeah, no, I'm pretty excited about it too. Although I will say, I still kind of want to get this just because I really do like the Imperial Liger Zero. I've always loved the Imperial Liger Zero a little bit more than the regular. But I don't know. We'll see how that turns out. Let's see here. So, because I think that's it for Zoid news. Yeah, people are really, really loving this girl because she's also getting the Red Blade Liger variant. Yeah, people are loving this. Oh, here we go. Here's some, so these are, not footage, but these are pictures of the, what is it? The Adamas Machina Berserk Führer in the Sturmtyrant and the Jagd Führer armor configuration. So the Jagd Führer is the regular Berserk Führer, but it's the Führer equivalent to the Liger Zero Panzer. There goes my wallet. Oh, you have no idea. You have no idea. Like, if I were to show you my pre-order list, yeah, no, it's actually kind of amazing that I have a wallet left. But yeah, so the Jagd Führer is the Berserk Führer equivalent of the Liger Zero Panzer. Whereas Sturmtyrant, I believe, is either the Führer answer to the Schneider or the Jaeger. I want to say it's the Jaeger. And they kind of gave it a little bit of extra bits and bobs. So it has a bladed horn on its snout, which the original did not have. So this is solely an Adamas Machina thing. And it's really cool because if you missed out on the regular Führer, you can still go to places like Big Bad Toy Store. Wait, hold up. Yeah, you can still go to Big Bad Toy Store, and I believe the Naked Führer is still available. So you could just buy the Berserk Führer without its armor. And it kind of hurt me to pass up on this because this is my favorite Zoid. Like, this is by far my favorite Zoid. I have like 5 or 6 of these guys. So no, I'm good. I'm good on my Führers. Oh, it might be sold out. It might be sold out. Let me see here. Yep, it's sold out. So the regular variant that was released. Let's see here. Yep, and the parts are sold out as well. Yep, so the regular variant of this particular figure had interchangeable armor, so basically what you could do is that you could interchange this from the Berserk Führer to the Naked Führer here, but also a wild variant of the Führer. So it would basically be like a wild robotic Tyrannosaurus Rex. And it was really cool. But this is also very expensive because it's coming from the Adamas Machina line. which this is just the naked variant. This has no armor. So that's going to cost you roughly around $300. And this is on Big Bad Toy Store. But if you go to HobbyLinkJapan, right, so if you go to HobbyLink, if I were to scroll down real quick, because they might have the Fiora here still. I do see it pop up every once in a while for sale. It might still be available. Because I know it was a pretty good chunk of change. So, let me see here. Hang on, let me try this real quick. So if I do in stock, will it show up? No, it does not. So it is sold out. Okay. So I'm gonna have to do this the old-fashioned way. I'm gonna have to go to Google. I am gonna have to go to Google. Let's see here. Adamas Machina Zoids. Here we go. Because it might be discontinued. Because if it's discontinued, then there's no way. Yep, it's discontinued. So there is no way that you're going to get a rerun. Womp womp. Okay. Yeah, so this here is the Adamas Machina Fiora. Really sick looking. I love this. It looks really good. And then this is the thing that really got me wanting this. Was that. So that is the wild mode. So that is basically what a wild Berserk Fiora would look like on Planet Z. Which, fun fact, is that lore-wise, this is based off of this. So pretty gnarly. Okay. So that's all for the Zoid stuff. Okay. So with Transformers, so they just announced this. So this here is the Predacon multi-pack. And it's okay. It's fine. If you want the full cast of at least the first season of the Predacons, you're more than welcome to. So you have Pterosaur. Oh, hang on. So you have Pterosaur, Black Arachnia, Tarantulas, Inferno, Scorponok, Megatron, and Waspinator. So, not bad, not bad. I know Pterosaur was kind of hard to find, and honestly, the mold's not that bad. It's not that great either. It's okay. The Megatron mold, I have this. It's fine. The Waspinator, I hear it's good, but the Thrilling 30s Waspinator is supposedly a lot better. I used to have that. I got rid of it a long time ago. But I'm getting like a Masterpiece variant of Waspinator, so I'm happy as can be. Scorponok, I hear not a lot of good things about it. Tarantulas, people really like. Black Arachnia, same thing as Tarantulas. Now, here we go. So, these look good. Like, in their beast modes, they look good. I love the Megatron. The Megatron looks really, really good. They really captured that skin design, that skin pattern. Because he's not just like a solid purple Tyrannosaurus Rex. He actually has like these weird, almost kind of like tiger striping, but not really. Which also, I'm just going to sit here and say, I'm a slut for camo patterns on a Tyrannosaurus Rex like this, or like what I have on mine. Like, I'm not tooting my own horn. I just think that's a really, really cool idea. So it looks like they kind of gave Inferno the little green spot on his abdomen or his thorax. It looks like they might have straightened out the beak for Pterosaur. Nope, nope, no, they didn't, because it still has like that weird, like that really weird cartoony swoop at the like the tip of his beak. He looks a little bulky, but that's also because they're trying to get a pteranodon, which pteranodon's already a very hard animal to translate into a transformer because it's a very small-bodied animal. Right? It's a very small-bodied animal that's relatively kind of thin. So, you know, I'll take it. Scorponok, he's fine. You know, he turns into a scorpion. You know, it is what it is. Tarantulas looks good. I really love that Tarantulas. Black Arachne looks good. Fun fact about Black Arachne, apparently they based her off, supposedly they based her off of an exotic dancer. I wish I was kidding, but no, they apparently supposedly based her 3D model on an exotic dancer back in the day. Allegedly. Which is funny because her original toy was just a recolor of Tarantulas. I think maybe with a different head. And then there's good old Waspinator. Oh, that Tarantula mode looks good. So that's just more shots of all the toys. So yeah, so this is coming out I think soon. See here, this pack contains the modern renditions, blah 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 blah, of the Takara premium. See here, improved accessories of the Takara 2-pack. We have clear shots. Okay, so this should be coming out soon. Now this is something I really like. So this is a statue of Soundwave, and this looks so fucking good. Normally, I don't collect Transformer statues and stuff like that because I'm a fucking autist, and you know, if you want my mind to go start spurging a little bit, just hand me a little Transformer and go like, transform this for me. And I'd be like, yeah! There you go. There you go. That's me. Now, like if someone were to give me a like a Transformer statue, I wouldn't mind, but I would prefer if it transformed. So this one's kind of interesting because he comes with Buzzsaw. So if you guys don't know, it was also funny because I actually have a Transformer on my desk. I just got Age of the Primes Blast Off because I am trying to collect all of the Combaticons and the Armada toy line from Age of the Primes, or the Generations line. So I got Red Alert. I have, let me see here. So out of all the Armada characters I have Megatron, Starscream, Prime, Red Alert, Wheeljack. Wheeljack. And I need to get Hot Shots and Sideways. But anyway, so while I'm sitting here letting the autism take over, but yeah, so if you don't know, so the original toy of Soundwave, he came with Buzzsaw instead of Laserbeam. That was like his in-packaged companion, and you know, over the years, Laserbeak kind of took over as his go-to bird companion. But so, this is kind of cool. Actually, wait, I'm trying to see if I can actually... Oh god, hang on. I hate this. This is the thing I hate about Age of the Primes Blast Off here, is that his head gets stuck. Also, wait, hang on. Sorry, my fucking autism is kicking in. I'm like mesmerized by this toy that I have on my desk. Okay, there we go. Okay, there we go. Sorry. But yes. So this looks really good. I really love the detailing. The only thing I can sit here and say is that I don't like that visor. I really don't like the visor. It looks Okay, well, the visor and maybe the face. The face I don't like. The visor I don't like. I would like it if they would have made this a little bit more flattened and more squared. This just looks too elongated. And maybe kind of bolden out the dip right there in the visor to make it look like it actually is just a visor instead of just one band. Buzzsaw looks good. I don't really care for the blast effect. It just looks really random. But the thing I really, really love, I love seeing this when people put this on like their models or their toys or their statues or whatever, is that oxidized burnt metal at the barrel of his gun. That is, I'm still learning how to do that on like my minis and stuff like that. And oh my god, that is such a bitch to do. Like, if you can get that stuff, if you can paint that stuff and get it down right, you're good. Like, that is really good. But for me personally, I'm still working on it. Like, that little bit right there. So, let me close out some windows here. Okay. So, we're going to take a look at some videos. And I kind of want to get into Mouse PI. Like, I really want to start playing Mouse PI today just because it looks a lot of fun. It really, really does. I really love the whole rubber band cartoony look / like noir motif it's got going on. So let me see here. So let me pause this. So this is about the new octopus that's coming. Hi, Lumi. How are you doing? Yeah, so this is about the new octopus species that was discovered. It is basically in all intents and purposes, it's a kraken. It's basically a 60-something odd foot octopus that can eat mosasaurs. See here, I need to sleep, but can you tell me a story before? Yes. Yes, I can. There once was a name named Gold Roger. He was king of the pirates. He had fame and fortune and wealth beyond your wildest dreams. Before they hang him from the gallows, these were the final words he said. My treasure is yours for the taking. I left everything I owned in one piece. Ever since then, pirates sailing from all over the world have been searching for the one piece to make their wildest dreams come true. Yo, gotta go, dreaming. Don't give it up, Luffy, dreaming. Okay, I'll stop. That's so wild, yeah. That's the 4Kids opening. But yeah, so this is 7 Days of 7 Days of Science, called When Giant Octopuses Ate Mosasaurs.
Our planet's vast oceans is ancient. Our species has long looked out across these expanses of water and marveled at the wonders and
the thing is, like, the ocean is terrifying
beneath the waves. One of the mythological dangers
like, the ocean
that has
is
long
genuinely
haunted
scary.
the minds of sailors is the legend of the Kraken, a gigantic cephalopod lurking in the depths of the sea, preying on unfortunate vessels passing above. It's now thought that the concept of the Kraken may, at least in part, have been inspired by rare sightings of giant and colossal squid,
Thank you for stopping by, Lumi.
10 meters in total length, nearly 33 feet, including their elongate feeding tentacles. Well, in a phenomenal new paper published this week,
the thing is that
reported
the thing is sea monsters could be real because it's been shown time and time again that yes, these things do or did exist. So things like the Kraken, it has a good chance of it being real. One, we don't know too much about the deep oceans, right? We don't know too much about the deep oceans. Two, stuff like what was just discovered turned out to be real. So, for all we know, the Kraken could be very real.
Evidence for the existence of real-life prehistoric krakens, truly giant prehistoric octopuses from the Cretaceous period that may have grown up to 19 meters in length, nearly 62 feet, and preyed on plesiosaurs and mosasaurs.
There you go. That is the size chart of your nightmares. So that is, I want to say that is Mosasaurus hoffmanni. So that is, I believe, the largest and the most iconic of the mosasaurs. There is Styxosaur, which is a type of plesiosaur. That is the giant squid. That is Oh god, what is that? That is Tychodus. So I believe Tychodus was a type of late Cretaceous shark. Oh, here we go. There's Globidens. So Globidens is right down there. That's this little guy. And then we have Zephectinus, the fish from hell. So, oh, that's that little guy down there. Yeah, that's you. That's you, chat. That's you compared to this fucking monster.
Not only that, but this new research also presents evidence that these octopuses possessed advanced intelligence. It seems that the oceanic food chains of our planet's deep past may not have been as completely dominated by large marine reptiles as we previously thought. Instead, there were 60-foot-long, highly intelligent octopuses at the top of the food web.
Yeah, just think about that,
and
chat.
Many of those marine reptiles would have met their ends as they found themselves grasped by the arms of these enormous cephalopods and felt their bones being crushed by their hard beaks.
Yeah, just think about that. Not only was this thing an absolute behemoth, but also think about this. These things were very intelligent. I think to me that's terrifying. The fact that not only did we have a Kraken, but the Kraken was also very smart. It was a very intelligent creature as well. That is horrifying.
And the scariest thing is that we just haven't really been finding evidence of these animals, since they are almost entirely composed of soft tissues that do not fossilize very well. Just thinking about how many giant octopuses might once have existed, yet never left a trace in the fossil record, is mind-blowing. So, what evidence for prehistoric krakens do we actually have? Although octopuses are mostly soft-bodied, they do possess beaks, composed of chitinous jaws. These beaks sometimes end up being fossilized, and previous papers have reported more than a dozen instances of very large octopus jaws found in Cretaceous age rocks in Japan and on Vancouver Island in Canada, which date to between 100 and 72 million years ago. In this new research, a team of paleontologists has revisited 15 of these large octopus jaws, and reported another 12 jaws from the Cretaceous of Japan, and analysed how the beaks had worn down as the animals fed. These beak fossils belong to two species of extinct octopuses called Nanemoteuthis gillespii and Nanemoteuthis haggarti, which are members of the octopus suborder Cirrata, known as...
Look at him, he's a little guy. I believe that's a Dumbo octopus.
The finned octopuses. Finned octopuses today tend to inhabit the deep sea, while the other octopus suborder, Incerata, known as the finless octopuses, generally inhabit more coastal regions. Amazingly, one of the specimens of Nanemoteuthis gillespii reported in this study is now the oldest known fossil of a true octopus, extending the known range of these animals back by about 5 million years, and extending the range of the finned octopuses in particular back by 15 million years. When the researchers examined the wear patterns of these Nanemoteuthis jaws,
it's actually kind of amazing
that in the larger adult individuals, the jaws were blunter and their edges were more rounded than in the smaller juvenile specimens. Chips, scratches, and areas of polishing were present, the result of intensive wear. Interestingly, the right edges of the jaws were also more worn than the left edges in both species. These wear patterns provide strong evidence that these large prehistoric octopuses were durophagous. That is, they fed on hard prey items.
Yeah, so basically that means they probably ate things like mosasaurs, maybe I think pliosaurs, because I think pliosaurs were still around at the time. Maybe plesiosaurs, probably other hard-boned animals like maybe Tychodus, which is the shark that we just saw. Zephectinus as well. Probably the primary food source for Nanemoteuthis would have been probably maybe larger predatory sea creatures like Zephectinus and maybe small mosasaurs. Ammonites, yeah, probably ammonites as well.
Modern octopuses and cuttlefish. Frequent consumption of prey such as crustaceans, mollusks, other cephalopods, and bony fishes results in the gradual wearing down of their beaks. The researchers therefore hypothesized that, given the large sizes of these Cretaceous octopuses and the abundance of marine reptiles they would have shared the oceans with, it's not
Yeah, it wouldn't be surprising if they actually did prey on things like Mosasaurus.
Reasonable to hypothesize that their diets could have included plesiosaurs and mosasaurs, as they were clearly capable of crunching down through bone. Cephalopod jaw muscles increase in size as the overall jaw size gets bigger, meaning that these very large Nenemotuthus individuals would have had strong bite forces. The long lateral walls in these jaws also indicate that their muscles were large and powerful. The asymmetry of the wear patterns
that would
is,
basically
the authors suggest,
cleave a man in
also
half,
an indication of advanced intelligence in these octopuses. The asymmetric loss of the jaw edges shows that these animals were engaging in lateralized behavior, meaning they were favoring one side of the beak more than the other. Lateralized behavior has been linked to a highly developed brain and cognition in various animals, including humans and modern octopuses. And so this signal from the fossils could be evidence that, even this early in their evolution, octopuses were remarkably bright creatures. As a quick side note, I've read quite a bit on octopus cognition over the past few years, and the way their decentralized intelligence seems to work is seriously fascinating. I might one day do an entire video about it on the Benji Thomas channel, but I was originally inspired to look more into it by the fantastic book Children of Ruin, the second novel in the Children of Time series by Adrian Tchaikovsky. If you're into speculative evolution and want to read one of the most mind-blowing
Honestly, like, speculative evolution is always something that really fascinated me, even as like a child, because one of my favorite mockumentaries growing up was The Future is Wild. And I didn't realize this until I was like an older person, but I didn't realize that there is an actual, like, because apparently like The Future is Wild got really, really popular in Japan. And it has like its own like series. So that's really cool.
Stories I've ever come across, featuring a civilization of spacefaring octopuses, and also spacefaring spiders, and crows, and mantis shrimps, then I cannot recommend this series enough. Anyway, as if the idea that there were once giant octopuses capable of taking on mosasaurs wasn't awesome enough, the idea that they might have been exceedingly intelligent problem solvers is just so intriguing. So, how big could these octopuses have grown? I already mentioned the 19-meter value, or about 62 feet.
Yeah, because in the Discord server, me and a couple of other people were talking about this, and apparently the 60-something odd foot estimate was probably not true. But, I mean, no matter how you want to shake a stick at this, this is still like an absolute monstrous creature, you know, to look at. And just seeing this thing coming at you probably from like above with all of its arms splayed out, looking like some kind of giant blanket of death. Yeah, no, I would absolutely shit my pants.
Extreme upper end of the size estimates, and some paleontologists have cautioned that this might be a little too extreme. Within the modern representatives of the octopus suborder Cerata, there are forms with elongate bodies and forms with short bodies. A correlation between body form and jaw anatomy has been observed in modern finned octopuses, suggesting that, based on the anatomy of the Nenemotuthus jaws, these prehistoric species were likely long-bodied. Using data on the sizes of various modern long-bodied forms, the authors then estimated a range of mantle sizes for the two Nenemotuthus species, since there's a pretty consistent ratio between the mantle length and total length.
Because I know some octopi and squid species, I think they also have like tooth on their suction cups, so not only would I wonder if these guys like Nenemotuthus would actually have like teeth or hooks or something like that in their suckers.
Including the arms, in modern long-bodied finned octopuses, this then allowed the researchers to produce a range of possible total lengths. For the smaller species, Nenemotuthus gillespii, this range came out at between about 2.8 and 7.7 meters, or 9.2 to 25.3 feet. Nenemotuthus haggatai, on the other hand, had a range of between about 6.6 and a whopping 18.6 meters in length,
insane.
Which is about 21.7 to 61 feet. Now, that is quite a range, and so it's not absolutely confirmed that over 60-foot long octopuses really did exist. But even at the lower to medium estimates, these are some absolutely enormous predators, rivaling the dimensions of many.
Like, no matter how you want to look at it, it's still a massive, terrifying sea creature.
Any of the other prehistoric animals it would have shared the Cretaceous oceans with. Plus, the jaw of the biggest Nanaimotuthis hagati specimen is already larger in absolute size than the jaw of the giant squid, which has the largest jaw of any living cephalopod. I'm really looking forward to seeing all the comments about how I pronounce cephalopod, by the way.
Yeah, you're pronouncing it wrong and it's pissing me off.
And I just thought it was cool that way.
It's cephalopod.
The paper also highlights
you don't
an
say
interesting case of convergent evolution between these huge krakens
it's a
of the
cephalopod.
Cretaceous and marine vertebrate
Cephalo means head.
Both cephalopods and vertebrates evolved jaws between 423 and 407 million years ago. Marine vertebrate top predators used to be armor-plated fishes, but then they became replaced by fish with scales. And then secondarily aquatic reptiles with smooth skin filled the top predator roles during the Mesozoic. In parallel with this loss of armor in vertebrates, various lineages of—
I will say, I really do love these right here. I think these are called like orthocones. I really love these kind of like very early cephalopods. Also, I do like the ammonites, like Nautilus and ammonites. I really do like this, but I don't know, something about these right here, I've always loved these as a kid.
Cephalopods.
It's just, I don't know, it looks like that is like textbook definition of just like a prehistoric looking animal.
Evolved from external shell-bearing ancestors, developed internal shells, and then others lost their shells entirely to become soft-bodied. Eventually, some of these soft-bodied cephalopods rivaled the smooth-skinned marine reptiles as apex marine predators. The authors therefore conclude that the evolution of robust jaws and a reduction of superficial skeletons is essential for becoming a large, intelligent marine top predator. Certainly an intriguing hypothesis.
Well,
this study really could be heralding
the octopi
kind of a revolution in how we view the prehistoric oceans
the
of the Mesozoic era. Vertebrates have been top predators at the apex of marine food webs for the past 370 million years.
I think that's also just because of adaptability.
Yet, during the Cretaceous, colossal octopuses managed to invade these top-tier positions. An increase in Durophagous predation during the late Mesozoic spurred a radiation of marine predators better adapted to feed on hard-shelled prey, and in turn, species at risk of predation evolved to better protect themselves.
So basically, it was just kind of, yeah, also, hi Scorpio, how you doing? Yeah, we're talking about the new giant octopus. So really, from the sounds of it, it sounded like in the Cretaceous period, marine life were kind of at like an arms race. Essentially, kind of like how it was on land.
But while it had been thought that this arms race was driven mostly by Durophagous top predators such as sharks and mosasaurs, it now turns out that early octopuses were probably part of the arms race as well, achieving enormous body sizes and becoming well suited to crushing tough exo and endoskeletons. This is a very exciting new study, and I hope you've enjoyed the 7 Days of Science special feature all about it. Let us know what you think of this new research in the comments below. Also, if you're not already supporting us on Patreon, now is a good time to become a member. Every week, we release the script for the next episode of 7 Days of Science early to our patrons. And you can access posts of bonus science papers that we found but didn't have time to write about for the main episodes. You'll also be able to watch our monthly discussions of all our favourite science news.
I love
so
these
if you
people.
like what we do here, be sure to support us on Patreon and get access to some fun bonus content. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Yeah, I love these people. Like, if you haven't like checked out 7 Days of Science, like, check them out. They're really, really good. But yeah, no, that is kind of terrifying. Considering the abundance of food in warmer, shallow oceans and seas, I'm not surprised by giant octopi. I'm not really surprised either. I'm just surprised that, you know, this right here is the earliest example of, I think, what they said, like early just octopi in general. I would have thought they would have, if octopus probably showed up a little bit earlier in the timeline. But that's kind of wild, though. But it also kind of shows just how fragmentary just kind of how fragmentary common animals are, like octopus. Because like we think that they've probably been around for a while, but no, it's mostly squid. Also, I am going to take a quick little break. I'm going to see if Nanook needs anything, because he's just being a little bit of a brat today. So I will be right back. I'm going to put the be right back screen on. So I'll be right back in a little bit, guys. Okay. Also, thank you for redeeming your park entrance, Corky. Alrighty. So give me a second. Also, chat. Oh man, I don't know what it is. I think it might have been just like the pizza I ate because. Oh yeah, no, that grease is starting to kick in. Oh yeah, no, that grease is really starting to kick in. This is why I'm really not liking greasy foods anymore. Or at least food with like a lot of grease, because it's making my stomach feel all weird and getting feeling that like lethargic feeling. You know what I'm talking about? Oh. Oh yeah, no, like that don't feel good. I'm gonna still, you know, keep continuing, but like, oh man. Yeah, no, I'm just like, oh man, that stuff is kicking my ass. All right, so this is, let's see here. One of these days, I need to like do like a little intro for like, I don't know, YouTube, because I tried doing that before, and I don't know, it just never really worked. I need to start doing more short-term content again, like the Zoid stuff. Yeah, the Zoid stuff. Like, but yeah, no. So this here is the craziest disease in history by Chat History. So love Chat History. I always love it whenever he puts out a new video. So we're gonna watch the newest one that he made. So 3, 2, 1, go.
The most bizarre epidemics in history.
Yay, black puke. We're off to a good start.
Getting sick sucks, but getting really sick really sucks. A simple cold is like, yeah, whatever. But if you contract something that can invert your teeth and delete your eyes, it's not gonna be a simple recovery. There's been quite a few weird diseases throughout history.
So weird thing about me is that as like a little kid, I would always get sick. Like I was a very, very, very sickly child growing up. Right? I was a very, very sickly child. Now I think it's because I was so sickly growing up. Now as an adult, I rarely, if ever, get sick. Like I'll probably get sick like maybe once or twice a year. And usually when I do get sick, it hits me like a fucking train.
That have caused some rather bizarre symptoms.
Like I have a very, very good immune
English
system, but
sweating
when it hits,
sickness.
oh god, does it
Now,
hit.
the English sweating sickness was a sickness in England that made you very sweaty. First appearing in 1485 at the tail end of the medieval era, the disease quickly became colloquially known as the sweat. TM.
I feel like getting like just profusely sweating. I feel like that would be more of like I feel like that wouldn't really be much of anything except for like a minor to like mild annoyance, because all you're doing is just sweating and you probably stink. So I didn't really think it would be that bad.
Added the fancy little E on the end. Its origins remain a mystery, with some historians speculating that a group of smelly French mercenaries were the first ones to get down with the sickness. The disease may have migrated over to England near the conclusion of the brutal War of the Roses, which wiped nearly 100,000 asses from the map.
But okay, for the War of the Roses, did they fight over roses? I want to know. I want to know, did they fight over roses in War of the Roses?
The first known documentation
sounds like a
of the
romance
disease comes
novel
from,
too.
ironically enough, French physician fella Thomas.
Like I'm just imagining like a medieval era styled like romance novel, just like Sir Farfanukin was a knight of noble descent, falling in love for Cheza, a woman of lesser descent, who has to fight the great duke Sir Butoff, the Trembler, and this love triangle will set off on a whirlwind romance full of adventure, laugh, and love. Coming this summer, War of the Roses. a New York Times bestseller.
Le Frostier in 1485. He was living in London at the time and actually had contracted the disease himself, so being a responsible human, he had committed his experiences to paper, writing about his symptoms so that the knowledge may be studied by others within the medical community. The disease was also well documented in detail by English unphonetic last name having guy John Keyes in 1552. Yeah, this illness lasted a while. Building off of the pre-modern miasma theory, it was widely believed that most diseases, not just the sweating sickness, spread through what they referred to as corrupt air. Well, if there's anything you know about medieval England, you know.
The one thing that will always fascinate me about history is just the history of like science and medicine and like medication. Because I feel like that's the one field that really kind of like evolved. Like it went from like outright superstition to what we know now. Like it's kind of fascinating
that it was stanky. Streets were filthy, water was gooped with poop, and the air could curl your nose hairs. Until the Great Stink of 1858, proper sanitation just really wasn't given much attention. While miasma theory was
so weird to think about. That's also really something that's really weird to think about was that proper sanitation wasn't even really thought about until, in all intents and purposes, relatively recently. That kind of says a lot about us as a species.
Propositions were a bit more off base. Some theories pointed to astrological origins for the disease. Some blamed Mars, others blamed Saturn. Keyes himself
I blame
blamed
Uranus.
The stars. In one of his detailed reports, he said, quote, "To this
Chat, I blame your anus for this. Your stinky, sweaty anus."
Maybe join the evil disposition by constellation, which hath a great power and dominion in all earthly things. But we of course know that astrology is a bunch of big brown baloney. Now I firmly trust that you have the critical thinking skills to realize that the English sweating sickness's iconic symptom was impromptu perspiration. I mean, sweat just started flooding out of every pore, with physicians noting the startling and alarming suddenness of it all. Along with dripping out of your skin holes, the infected came down with immediate and strong existential dread, with crippling fear and anxiety.
So just me. So this is basically, it sounds like me throughout this entire week, just minus the sweating. Because sometimes yesterday I woke up feeling like super anxious and just dreading the whole day yesterday.
Was further accompanied by violent shivering, pounding headaches, and overall exhaustion.
Sounds like you just need some.
The profuse sweating caused extreme dehydration, intense thirst, and heart palpitations.
This sounds horrible, actually.
As innocent as it may
so
seem,
you're basically sweating yourself like literally dry.
This was the telltale sign that the disease had reached its endgame. Physicians were given extreme.
Nick 007 Gaming, thank you so much for the raid. Thank you. Welcome in, Raiders. Welcome in. I'm Graro Brown. I am a T-Rex VTuber. I'm a variety streamer and amateur voice actor. I am currently right now watching some of the worst and craziest diseases in history by Chat History. And we were also talking about paleontology because apparently they just discovered the Kraken not too long ago. But yes, how was your stream, Nick? What'd you do? Hang on, let me give you a shout out real quick. But yes, welcome in everyone. I am a variety streamer. I also do model kit building streams.
Raid
Oh my god. Hi Tabby, how are you doing today? Welcome in everyone. Welcome in. Were you guys streaming together? I finished playing Halo Reach and thus finished all of the Halo games with Tabby. Oh, nice. Okay, so it's a double raid. Okay. Let me see here. Okay, you guys were okay. Yeah, because sometimes people will raid and then sometimes it just turns out like it's just serendipitously that they will just raid together even though they've never met each other. It's happened a couple of times. It has happened a few times here. Incoming Cats Cuddles. Nice. Welcome in everyone. Welcome in. Like I mentioned earlier, I am an amateur voice actor. I'm a T-Rex VTuber. Right now we are yapping about horrible diseases. We are yapping about some of the most horrible diseases known to man. And then we'll see how things go. We were just talking about the latest discovery, which was basically a Kraken. Yeah, they just discovered the Kraken, basically. And then we finished talking about the upcoming Halo game, which we are. Yeah, I have. Oh, that was something I wanted to talk about as well. Well, we'll talk about that after not at the stream, after this video properly, because I have things to say about that, because I am not. And this is coming from someone who is a diehard Halo fan, right? So this is coming from someone who's a diehard Halo fan, in that I personally am not a fan. 9 new weapons to wield and 3 new missions. That sounds great, but also the extraction shooter bit, which I'm not too happy about. I'm not as a diehard Halo fan and lore fan as you, but even this kills me. Oh yeah, no, like, so they're talking about these are going to be prequel missions. It's like, yeah, there's already a prequel mission. It's called Halo Reach. Halo Reach is a direct prequel to Halo Combat Evolved. I don't know where you're gonna get a prequel out of, unless you want to talk about the first few years of the Human Covenant War. That'd be kind of nice. Are we gonna get a in between story like Fireteam Raven? That'd be nice. Instead of having it to be an arcade rail shooter. Now I would like it if they did Operation First Strike. That would have been nice. Because that would kind of bridge the gap between 1 and 2, because Halo 2 is technically speaking not a direct sequel. Let's see here. I compared the OG Halo CE graphics, the new version of the graphics with the yeah. So I don't. And here's the thing: when it comes to the Master Chief Collection, I don't like the graphics. I like the OG graphics. And I'm not saying this because I played it, when the Halo games first came out, whenever I was a child. No, it's far from that. It's the fact that, so the models in the anniversary graphics look so awkward, because they are. What they did was that they took the skeleton, the framing of the old games, and literally put new skin on top of it. So it looks very odd. Graphics, you can have the option to not play with it. Yeah, no, that is a good choice, because the models in Combat Evolved are actually they're differently proportioned than what we have in Halo Reach. A good example are things like the Elites. The Elites use the Halo Reach models and graphics, but they use the Halo Combat Evolved skeletons. And it looks very odd, because the Combat Evolved Elites have longer necks than the Halo Reach ones. So it literally looks like the Elites in the game have no necks. Another good example are the Jackals. The Jackals are also a good example of this as well, where they look like they don't really have necks. And the human models are also just as bad, because it really doesn't look right. They kind of look a little oddly proportioned. I would say the only ones that really kind of translated well, I think, were maybe the Grunts. I would say the Grunts, the Hunters, and the Flood. The Flood, I think it's mainly because there really wasn't much to work off of. Because they had the Halo 3 models. Yeah, that's why. That's why. Go back and look at it. The Hunters are just kind of in the same shape, no matter how you want to look at it. The Grunts are also the same way, because I mean, the Grunts are the Grunts. They have the same body type. I mean, there's really not much you can really do. So yeah, but I generally just like the updated graphics more, because they pleased me. I am kind of the opposite. It's too much. The updated graphics have too much going on. It's too much, and then they also mitigated basically the purpose of having a flashlight, because it's too fucking bright. Even on missions where you're supposed to be at night. So say the Truth of Reconciliation is a good example of this, where in the original game, you needed your flashlight. you needed the night vision. But in the anniversary graphics, you don't need that because everything's too goddamn bright. And another good example are things like, say, again, the Long Night of Solace, just because there's so much in there. There's so much clutter. There's so much going on. Another good example are things like the Inside of the Truth and Reconciliation. Again, too much clutter. There's just too much. Why you didn't like it? Just because that things are wonky, but I didn't know that. Still won't notice it. No, and that's perfectly fine. That is perfectly understandable. But I'm also what they call autistic. I notice these small things because I am what they call autistic. I'm a bit of an autist. So yeah, no. It's one of the reasons why I don't like the anniversary graphics. Now, anniversary graphics on Halo 2, however, that's where it actually works. Because they had other people make it. Crazy that I joined to you saying you're autistic. Yeah. Hi, Sai. How you doing, hon? How you doing, bestie? Insert Homer nerd. Oh yeah, no. Here's the thing with me is that I am on the spectrum. I like poking fun at autistics just because, again, I know what it's like. So that was the one thing I found out was that I was watching a video about the engineers, right? I was watching stuff about the engineers, and someone was like, there was a quote in one of the books. So there's a quote from one of the books that described the engineers as autistic children. And this guy's like, oh, I don't like that saying. It's like, as someone who's on the spectrum, I totally find that funny. Because if you know anything about being autistic, you'll know that, yeah, we're kind of like the engineers. So in lore, the engineers are very hyper-focused. They will only focus on one task at a time. You tell them to build something, they will build it, no questions. I got artism. I too have artism. It's just more of like I can't make art. I can't make art. I do love and I appreciate art. But I do try. I do try to make art. Also, hang on, let me give Tabby a shout out as well if I haven't already, and then I'll give Saya a shout out as well. No, it does make sense. It 100% does make sense. Didn't they use engineers as a they did, yes. They did. So the engineers were basically so the engineers are living supercomputers made by the Forerunners to basically kind of just do what we call in the military bitch work. So they run all their systems, they run so they kind of just run their systems, they run their machinery, they do all that stuff. Now the other funny thing about the engineers is that they also wait, tell GF. I don't have a GF. What? Wait, Tabby, what are you talking about? Oh, Nick. Okay, I just saw that. I was like, wait, hold up. I don't have a GF. I'm fucking single. Yeah, bitch work. Yeah, no, that's what we call it in the military. See, sorry, I'm paying half attention currently. Oh, no, you're fine. You're fine. Girl, Grarl. Yeah, no. Yeah, no. God, if I had a female clone of myself, I wouldn't fuck myself. I would probably be very annoyed and tell her to shut up because it's like, look, I don't think I can handle myself, but as a chick, I don't think so. There isn't enough room to contain that much autism. I'm being dead serious. But no, so the funny thing about engineers in Halo is that they are also very, very much addicted to sugar. Right? They are very, very, very addicted to sugar. And in fact, actually, the only way that I believe it was Dare got Virgil to do anything was that she basically bribed him with cake. Because they're basically giant brains. And sugar produces a lot of energy. energy makes the brain go doinga doinga with endorphins. So, hang on, let me give Tabby a shout out. There we go. There we go. Who wants Grarl? Who wants a Grarl friend? I don't know. I honestly don't know who would want a Grarl friend. I'm also a sugar addict. I was too. I'm trying really, really hard to cut that. It's very hard. It is genuinely very hard to do. Especially since I'm also ADHD, so I'm also extremely impulsive. Right? Especially since I am also very, 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 by nature, I'm very impulsive. Is it odd phrasing? Sounds like intimate times accent. I mean, like, you could say that. Although there was also like a sad story with a grunt and an engineer. They both die, but basically they jettisoned from a Covenant ship that was going down, and the grunt was losing oxygen, or not oxygen, methane, because they breathe in methane. And the engineer had to basically eat stuff to fart, and the grunt to inhale said fart in order for him to be alive. I think they both died because I think their escape pod like got launched into the sun or something like that. It was kind of sad. Let's see here. I've completely cut out pop from my diet years ago, but chocolate and baked sweets are staying. I'll die on period. Well, and that's the thing. Like, if you got like a period, I feel like sweets and stuff like that on a period, I feel like is the best way to kind of soothe your period a little bit. I don't know, but from what I've been told. But yeah, no, engineers are just interesting. Like, Halo lore itself is just very interesting. So, I thought you were doing on going on engineer run here. No. With this, then they say, oh, they died. I believe they escaped by there's. Yeah, no, they basically died. Yeah. Halo has some moments where it's like genuinely humorous, followed by, oh, this is actually going to be kind of sad. Dark chocolate is also very good for your heart, apparently. So let's see what this has to say. Oh, hold up. There we go.
Not let their patients fall asleep lest they wake up in a cleaner, cloudier afterlife.
Wake up!
Wake up! Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up!
Now, all of this, the sweating, chills, fears, sleepiness, death, all that, happened within just 24 hours.
Yeah, just imagine that, like, that's how you died. Just imagine that's how you died, chat. You died by literally sweating to death.
Single day to go from alrighty to nighty-nighty. Lafostier himself had documented even more
that's
rapid
kind of
deterioration,
sad.
with death in as little as 3 hours from initial symptoms. This stuff was nasty and terrifying. Surviving the first 24 hours, if you were even lucky enough to do that, usually meant that you would be in the clear. But
yeah, but that would also mean like your immune system is like really fucking good.
30 to 50%. This also was not a one-time occurrence.
Oh God,
the English sweating sickness made its mark on history a total of 5 different times, first starting in 1485 and making a final appearance in 1551. The worst of it came in 1528, where it spread across most of Europe within months, hilariously skipping over and completely sparing France.
So I wonder, is this thing still around today, or is it like an actual like extinct species of like or like extinct type of like sickness? If that's even possible.
Whom I mentioned may have started the whole thing. All in all, tens of thousands of people had died. Here's the kicker though. Widespread diseases like this typically target the weak, the destitute, deprived, and downright downtrodden, right? Well, according to Lafostier and Keyes, the largest affected demographic wasn't scrawny peasant kids or dilapidated elders. No,
that's actually
kind of
interesting
sweating sickness instead seemed to target middle-aged, healthy,
I also watched this earlier. But yeah, no, like that's kind of interesting though.
Wealthy men.
Yeah, because normally, like, especially during this time period in the Middle Ages, if you were like young, elderly, or if you're already like sick, or if you live in like horrible conditions, like if you were poor, yeah, no, you were a goner if you got sick. But normally, healthier like healthier men during the medieval era, they were perfectly fine. But yeah, that's kind of interesting.
The theory is that this demographic was more social and confined to smaller communal environments, allowing for easier transmission. How fares the day, my good man? Pretty moist, Tom. Pretty moist. Now, while the sweat was certainly one way to get sick and tired back then, there's something I know that I'm sick and tired of at this very moment, and you should be too.
Sponsor time!
Data harvesting companies that spend every waking moment trying to
we getting them ads, boys.
Whether you're dumping a file or filing a dump, there's a bunch of scumbags out there trying to yoink your personal information so that they can sell it to thousands of good garbage spammers that just slop up your email and phone. Shut up! That's where
apparently nowadays,
VPN
like scammers are getting really creative on how to like
that keeps your online identity in a metaphorical bubble of encrypted safety as you peruse the worldwide wilderness. Not only can you surf in complete anonymity, but also change your virtual location.
Fucking
you can try the United States, Canada, Japan, or Australia, the UK, Malaysia, or Spain. They've got India, Latvia, even Slovakia. Over 100 countries attained. Just flip on the switch.
Not only that, but he can rhyme
to unblock geo-restricted content or gain access to
that means I can watch my hentai on Netflix by switching to Japan.
Use my link in the description and pin comment below.
I can watch my hentai in peace.
Also use code Chat History.
I can watch Overflow
4 extra months with your purchase.
Legally.
Chat History, 4 extra months. Solid deal. If it doesn't tickle your pickle, Surfshark offers a 30-day money-back guarantee. So go on and give it the old college try. All right, next chapter. Hola, Mexico. Looks like you're up to bat for a
I have no
disease.
idea, but I would love
Right around
that.
the time that the English perspiration meant English expiration in the mid-16th century, the Mexica were getting shaken up by the Cocolitzli epidemics. The term Cocolitzli here being the equivalent of pestilence in the Nahuatl language. If you watched my video about surviving the Aztec Empire, you know that funny little TL pronunciation, the sound, is on purpose.
So what's kind of interesting, like, so I've kind of like listened to a lot of stuff about the Aztec and or just like Mesoamerica. So it's kind of interesting because I think it was Cortez when he took over the Aztec Empire. Basically, it wasn't, if I remember correctly, it wasn't just the conquistadors who came over and completely just railed the Aztecs. It was also with the help of like other local tribes, because they all got tired of the Aztecs going in and taking their people for sacrifices. So really, it was just like everyone's just like, hey, look, the weird funny white guys are taking on the Aztecs. Let's help them, boys.
What's slightly less funny, though, were the estimated 12 to 15 million deaths attributed to these epidemics, the deadliest in Mexican history. Now, this all took place
honestly,
across the
I don't
Mexican
blame
plateau, right in this region here, but it is known to have spread as far as modern-day Guatemala.
Oh, damn.
The first signs of the disease began to show up around 1545 in the Valley of Mexico, right in the heart of what used to be the Aztec Empire. As you know, the Spanish came along in 1519 and essentially converted the once thriving empire into a Walmart parking lot in just 2 years flat. In addition to using superior weaponry and strategic alliances with neighboring societies to steamroll the Aztecs, the Spanish also brought with them an unintentional biological advantage: smallpox.
Yeah.
This took
Do you think maybe the Aztecs were just sitting here just like, you know, maybe constantly raiding other tribes to turn them into sacrifices and making enemies out of literally everybody was probably not a good idea, as they're, you know, getting their teeth curb stomped in by, you know, Spanish conquistadors.
Out of the Mexica population, killing off roughly 8 million people, or roughly a third of the whole dang thing
just
in
like,
1520.
You know,
but 25 years later, the Cocolitzli decided it wanted to pump those rookie numbers up. Like the English sweating sickness, the symptoms of Cocolitzli were immediate and severe. You were in the thick of it within just a few hours at most.
It's like Montezuma's Revenge, but worse.
High fever, headaches, and intense vertigo. You know, similar to that spinny feeling you get when them beers start looking a little too
vertigo's
friendly.
no fucking joke.
Drink us. You know you want to.
I'm not gonna lie, whenever I drink...
You got it, mister.
Yeah, no, so whenever I drink, whenever I get drunk, I just start giggling. I just start giggling like a crazy person. There's clips of me, if you dig far enough into my channel, there are clips of me playing Dark Souls drunk off my ass. Walmart parking lot, Spanish fleet, and it's just a weird sentence. Oh yeah, no, chat history will do that all the time.
Please drink responsibly. Beer cans don't talk.
If they do, you are more than just
symptoms
drunk.
Would soon evolve into complete horror. During the ominously named hemorrhagic stage, victims would begin bleeding out of every single orifice they owned. Your eyes, your ears, your nose, your mouth, even your beehole and hoo-ha or dangly bits all the way down south.
No, I'm good.
Coupled with excruciating abdominal and chest pain as well as painful...
This might be a little bit TMI, but like, I've had times where I shit so hard that I was bleeding. That's also called hemorrhoids, and that's also called constipation, because the stuff that I'm taking did not turn out well. My body was getting adjusted to. It didn't turn out well. But I'm better now. But like
swelling underneath the skin,
bleeding out of your anus from shitting is not
an
fun.
Actual nightmare. The Mexica and the Spanish tried their best to treat the sick, but nothing was working. The Spanish tried quarantining the ill, bloodletting, and even the most powerful remedy of all, thoughts and prayers. The Mexica tried
their holy level was not up to par. They need to collect more souls.
All in vain. People were simply dying too quickly. The infected could
new record!
agony
That's
for
not
up to
something to
4
celebrate.
days before finally experiencing some relief, because they died. During its initial release in 1545, Kokolitzli ravaged the Mexica population, culling around 80%.
I'm not gonna like
Kokolitzli
just sounds like
sounds
like a chocolate bar.
This version was slightly less deadly, but still terrifying all the same. It cut down the remaining Mexica population by an additional 50% before burning itself out in 1580. Within just 56
so that kind of
years, the entire Mexica population had fallen from about 22 million down to less than 2 million. Now, the Spanish were still affected, but not nearly to the extent of the Mexica. This was mainly due to the fact that the Mexica were more susceptible with their more exhaustive labors and poorer nutrition than that of their Spanish counterparts. Their immune systems were weaker, so the disease pressed the advantage.
Yeah, so basically, by the time the Spanish, came in, and they were just like, just do it, just get it over with.
Modern hypotheses point their fingers to either an alternate form of salmonella, some kind of rodent-borne fever, or a conglomeration of various diseases that just so happen to strike all at once. But to me,
that might have been the case.
That just sounds like a giant, I don't know. What is mostly agreed upon, however, is that it's highly unlikely that Kokolitzli was a Spanish-borne disease, simply because the pathogenesis was drastically different compared to that of known European diseases. So it was just
might have been like a freak
local.
New
More
World
like
thing.
home field disadvantage. Let's jump back from a society known for ripping out hearts to one that wants to lick the inside of your skull. These are the Foray. They live in a small province right at the base of the shaft of the country of Papua New Guinea. Being a remote society, they pretty much remain uncontacted by foreigners up until around the early 1940s when the Pacific Theater of World War II began to boom.
Mighty afro.
Once they were properly contacted, the foreigners did what foreigners do best. They showed up and started shifting the culture. Australian explorers had introduced the Foray people to the concept of hygiene and the establishment of constructing dedicated roads for quicker and safer travel. Pretty good way to nudge a developing community in the right direction. Another colonial influence was to deviate from rather primitive foray activities like village warfare. I know, kind of hypocritical, right? Well, there was also a push to abandon many traditional values, one of which being endo-cannibalism. Now, this wasn't a savage beat your buddy over the head then drag your teeth across his face type cannibalism.
like a Miami hobo.
Buddy because he just died from natural causes, then drag your teeth across his face type cannibalism. Very different. Unfortunately for the Foray, disease does not abide by rules of respect and ritual. Biting a brain is biting a brain, which is exactly where Kuru came from.
Yeah, don't do that. You'll get the Kuru.
Incurable neurodegenerative disorder. Stemming from the consumption of infected brain tissue, Kuru is a prion disease. Now, this is where biology is just crazy to me. All right, so here, this is a simple protein.
We're about to get smart, guys.
It's multifunctional in nature, repairs cells, builds muscles, whatever you want it to do within reason.
Okay.
But if in the highly unlikely case that it decides to fold in on itself in a weird way, it becomes a prion, completely rewriting its entire biological mechanism.
Okay, so like...
Now, instead of being a universal helper, it just turns everything to shit. For the case of Kuru, these prions mess with the neurological function and make your brain go all stupid, causing unusual, involuntary symptoms. The moment a person
I guess you kind of just return to monkey? From what I'm gathering, because like I said, I've seen this before, but I'm still kind of like, wrapping my head around, the whole brain thing, because, I'm not like a brain person. I'm not a biology guy. I'm a paleontology guy. So basically what I'm getting is that a prion basically kind of like makes you return to monkey.
Biological clock starts ticking.
Or goes
Dr.
zombie
Carlton Gajdusek, who is the first to discover the disease in 1957, and who also has a very disturbing history of convictions that I will not go into here, observed over 200 Kuru cases and recorded the stages of their progression. Because of cultural practices...
Kokolitzli is actually salmonella. Let's see here. Oh, also, how you doing, Hour? How you doing? They found DNA that found the roots of the illness. Oh, really? Also, Hour, you missed it. We were talking about the Cretaceous Kraken.
It was mainly women and children who took the brunt of the illness. That's because 4A women were responsible for preparing the remains for whoever was gonna be on the menu that day.
Honestly, I'm kind of glad that they phased this out. I don't know. Are they still doing this tradition? Because I kind of hope not. Because someone needs to tell them, hey, you want to go nuts? This is how you go nuts.
Women and children feasted on the more tender, tasty, and nutritious organs, like the brain.
Yeah, but you don't want to eat human.
And watched.
But you don't really want to eat, human flesh. You don't really want to sit there and eat human flesh because human meat kind of makes you go a little crazy. And this right here is how it makes you go crazy. It's, if I remember correctly, it's kind of like eating meat from like things like lions and other like apex predators because of all the iron and stuff like in the meat or in the blood of like the predators. It makes you kind of sick and die. It's kind of the same thing with humans. Also barracuda. You don't eat barracuda meat.
I just want some.
Nope. No, we're good. According to Dr. Gajdusek, the earliest telltale sign of an infection was the simple loss of balance or coordination. This was followed up by slight twitches and the occasional headache. These symptoms were minor, with the infected still being able to walk and function independently. For now.
Okay.
After a few months, the neurological deterioration became much more evident. A few stumbles here and there quickly
so you kind of just like mentally start breaking
villager
down.
Demeanors were shifting entirely. Victims at the intermediate stage experienced
you kind of just
swings from fearful and anxious to aggressive and agitated. There was also the disease's signature, an uncontrollable, unnerving laughter. At this point,
yeah, so you kind of just kind of go mad.
A few more months, and the infected were completely bedridden. They can't think. They can't talk. They have zero control over their own bodies. A side effect of that is the inability to eat or drink anything properly. You need coordinated expansion and contraction of muscles to swallow food or have a little thippy sip. If the Kuru didn't kill you, the malnutrition would. So when you think about it, the very violent but quick deaths earlier in this list were a blessing in disguise. Sure, you were blasting blood out your back door, but at least they was only doing it for an afternoon. With Kuru,
we gotta subscribe now.
Just wasting away over the course of several months.
That is horrifying.
Not able to do anything about it.
So you kind of become a shambling, crazy, laughing zombie, essentially. Like, you just start wasting away until you, like I mentioned, just becoming like, basically almost looking like a Draugr that's just laughing with like uncontrollable, like Tourette's like spasms. That is a horrible way to go.
Death occurred usually within a year of initial symptoms. Even today, there is no known cure for prion disease. So until then, maybe hold off on the cranium crunching.
Well, yeah, I kind of hope they ban that practice. I'm not gonna lie.
Now, I just know that some of you have been hoping that this was on the list. The Dancing Plague of Strasbourg is one of those events where...
this is a weird one, chat.
Credible eyewitnesses all completely agree on exactly what happened.
Yeah, so this one's a weird one.
Why it happened. So yeah, this all took place in Strasbourg in the Alsace region of what is now modern-day France. I've actually been there. See this? I took this picture. See how beautiful it is there? Back in July of 1518, however, Strasbourg was part of the Holy Roman Clusterfuck.
I have no idea what OSRS is.
Serving as a strategic, wealthy, and politically independent city for over 400 years. That's 1.6 Americas long.
America.
Well, with it being such a crucial entity of the empire, it'd be pretty embarrassing if some kind of weird phenomenon swept through and disrupted things.
It's the Elder Scrolls.
What are you doing?
Old school RuneScape. Oh, okay.
Whatever do you mean?
Oh, yeah, I know what
Kids,
RuneScape is. I just didn't know
According
what
to this
OSRS
Wikipedia
was.
article I just found laying on the ground, a lovely lady named Tropea decided to start throwing it back right outside her home in the middle of the day. Seems innocent enough at first.
I mean,
but,
okay, for real though, if I just saw a fucking woman just out of nowhere just started breaking it down and just started getting jiggy with it, I would be like, walk away, kids. Just walk away. Just don't even worry about it. See, prions can form at any time. You don't need to eat a human brain. Any protein falls can actually cause it to infect any human. It increases the chances of infection. It slowly makes holes in the brain. You can also get it from many other animals, which is why English beef was banned during the mad cow outbreak, which was a cow prion. Oh, really? I didn't know. I didn't know it was a cow prion. Then again, I believe when mad cow disease was a thing, I was like a little kid. Because when did mad cow disease? Hang on. When was the mad cow outbreak? 1986. Okay, because I thought I read somewhere back in the early 2000s. Okay, yeah, I thought or was it the bird flu? Was it the bird flu? I know one of those. I know one of those was like a big outbreak in the early 2000s. If a protein decides to go, fuck you, I'm a fold, we're fucked. Yeah, basically, it's amazing how complex and also yet fragile the human brain really is.
She just didn't stop. Save for a few frantic meal breaks or collapses from exhaustion, Tropea let loose for several days. Instead of scaring them off, all of her dancing actually encouraged many of her fellow Strasburgers to join in. She's good. And thus, the plague had spread. Now, you might assume
basically, this was like essentially just like one part plague, one part people just thinking it was a trend. That's both funny and sad.
Just doing a tad bit of toe tapping, but you'd be very wrong. They were really pushing the limits of their tensile strength as they
I don't know,
were
that man out there
like
floating midair doing
basically
cartwheels.
Beyblading themselves around the street and letting them rip. Now, going alls out, balls out dancing can be fun for about 30 seconds, but when it goes on for days, that's when mental and physical health starts to trend downward.
Yeah, no, I would think so.
Watching everyone doing their shimmy shams looks like a good time, but once you got closer, you realized that something was horribly wrong. The enthusiastic dancers reportedly held an empty but panicked expression, as if they were being puppeted by some unknown force.
That's terrifying.
The dead stare of unbridled torture, coupled with these medieval peasants quite literally dancing their feet to the bone, warranted intervention, especially when 15 were dancing themselves into a freshly dug grave each and every day. Oh, we need to do something.
Yeah, no, you think?
Offer their suspicions. The church blamed evil spirits. The doctors blamed hot blood. Neither of which offered any proper solution. Very helpful. Taking matters into their own hands, city officials attempted the reverse psychology
It was the hot-blooded devil.
Setting up stages and hiring musicians to provide a proper venue for the dancers, encouraging the
God, that must suck. It's like, all right, guys, we have a dancing plague epidemic. Okay, I need you all to just start bringing out your instruments, and I need you all to try your best to drown out the screams and panic from these dancers. These people are fucked.
wacky rascals to keep on dancing. And they did. At the peak of its spread, over 400 people were getting jiggy with it. Some doing it thanks to a crippling psychogenic illness, and others just because it looked like fun. But after a while, the fun was done. After 2 months of the plague, it started to die down.
Yes.
Also because the actual sick people cha-cha slid into the great beyond, taking it to the top with one hop. Anybody else just in it for the bit
one up this time into the grave.
Any remaining dancers were promptly carted off for spiritual cleansing, which reportedly worked thanks to a little thing called the placebo effect.
I love the placebo effect because, again, it points back to just what I was talking about earlier about like how both complex and yet how fragile the human brain really is. Because of just how advanced our brains are, we can easily just be fooled into believing shit by something as simple as a placebo effect.
In the end, while this may have been
it's
a
kind of
case of
funny.
mass hysteria brought on by the harsh stresses of just existing in medieval Europe, some historians blame bad bread. Ergotism, a fungal poisoning originating from contaminated grain, does exhibit symptoms ranging from hallucinations to uncontrollable convulsions, so sure, why not? Just remember, if you ever see someone dancing by themselves in public, they're either an insufferable influencer or on drugs.
Yes.
Or both.
Yes. I fucking hate influencers, okay? I flat out hate them because they will go outside and treat the entire public like it's their fucking movie set or their jungle gym. Right? I just fucking hate influencers. Well, you can sit there and go like, "Oh, Gron, aren't you an influencer?" No, I'm just a random jackass who's playing a cartoon character on the internet.
Again, to Surfshark for sponsoring
I am not
this
an
video.
influencer.
There's a juicy deal just waiting for you in the link below when you sign up. Want to watch some other crazy stuff that happened in history? Well, take a look at this video. I'll see you over there.
Okay. Let me see here. What? I guess we can watch another chat history. Let me see here. I mean, we could probably watch another. I mean, we could probably watch another chat history video. Let me see here. Yeah, unfortunately, now here's the thing. We do have a redeem here that lets me know that you guys are in ads. So I would much appreciate if you guys hit the add baby jail redeem. It's only 1 point. It lets me know you guys are in ads. So just for future reference. But let me see here. Let me see. What's a good one to watch? Let me see here. What's another good video that we can watch? Let me see here. I kind of want to watch some stuff about the faithful sheriff, just because he's been making the rounds. But I'm also just like, that is something I do not want to touch with a 10-foot pole on stream. Because it does involve things like religion. But, man, do I want to take a crack at that guy. Hi, Chris. How you doing? Yo, look at this guy. Yeah, no, look at this guy. Looks like an asshole. Yeah, no, unfortunately, he's a VTuber sibling of mine. Yeah, no, the dude's a piece of shit. Like, the dude is an actual, like, legit piece of shit. I'm trying to find a good video that we can sit down and watch. Oh, you know what? We can. Oh, wait. No, and I feel bad. I feel bad for my model artist because on his so on the Faithful Sheriff's so on the Faithful Sheriff's debut or no, on his post about his VTuber model, they said that there was a community note that said the model is most likely AI, which I can promise you it's not AI. Aniel does really good. She makes really good models, which is also kind of funny because a lot of her kids, from what I've seen, are Christian VTubers. I'm not Christian at all. I do think it's kind of funny. I'm not, and again, no slight to Aniel. Here's the thing, I love Aniel. Aniel is an absolute saint. Right? She's an absolute saint. Absolute darling to work with. I just feel bad because she probably didn't know. She more than likely just probably didn't know what was going on. Do you want to see the super no, I mean I'm good. Did you see? Yeah, I did see Papa Meat's video about him. That was kind of the one I wanted to watch because I do love dogging on this piece of shit. And like, look, if you're a Christian and you're a VTuber, that's fine, right? That's perfectly a-okay. I'm not gonna bash you because you're religious or anything like that, right? We don't do that here. You could be what, motherfucking Muslim, Christian, whatever, but if you're being a douche, then that's when I got an issue, right? That's when I have an issue. So tempted to go and get banned in his channel. I wouldn't. I wouldn't sink. I wouldn't sink that low. Right. Like I wouldn't. Because you're only just like egging it on. Nah, just the best thing to do when it comes to lolcows is really to just observe them from afar and just watch them just basically self-destruct and make an ass of themselves already. It's kind of like Morg Pie right now with her putting her foot in her mouth about TOS. But no, like, that's the best way I can describe it because I would love to just go and like go to like Nova Online and just absolutely 100% just troll the shit out of him in his chat. But I'm like, nah, I'd rather watch I like to watch the bonfire, basically. Oh, he's gonna kick from the platform eventually. He did at one point. I believe it was he got banned off of, I want to say YouTube? I want to say it was YouTube where he got kicked off of the platform because he was telling Muslim children that they'll go to hell. I had to sneeze a couple times and all I heard was foot in mouth after you said something like, yeah, no, Morg Pie, who is also an equally out of touch piece of shit, she basically was talking about how VTubers are always complaining about TOS and telling VTubers, oh, well, just read the TOS, when she's been banned 13 times for openly violating the TOS. But that's not my place to really go off on a rant about that kind of stuff. Just know she's just kind of a piece of shit. Was Twitch, I think, and then he went to Kick. Yeah, and then he went, and I believe he went back to, Twitch. Female streamer Morg Pie, yes. Yeah, she's kind of a piece of shit. And also kind of an out-of-touch hypocrite. Not kind of, she is. yeah, no, like sometimes I want to sit there and make fun of lolcows, but I'm also like, nah, it's just fun to watch, just to watch the bonfire. Yeah, I saw a bit in her streams recently, and I definitely have questions if it's within TOS. It was apparently it was legal by the CEO of Twitch, which people are roasting her in the comments for that because someone actually pulled up Twitch's TOS, and yeah, no, what she did was actually in violation of Twitch's TOS because it literally distinctly says bondage stuff like that is against Twitch TOS. But, I mean, like, hey, you know, I mean, like, if Twitch can't be consistent of their own goddamn TOS, then, you know, oh, you know, it's not a day that ends in, it's not a weekday that ends with Y. Let's see here. Oh, that's the girl who had a, yep, that is the girl who had a, dog gimp. Like, look, I don't care if you do, like, lewd and sexual stuff. I don't give a shit. Right? But I want TOS to be fair. I just want TOS to be fair because some VTubers have been banned for quite literally less than what some of these people do. So it's... oh, you know what? Oh, this one's a good one. Oh, we can watch a JonTron video. Yeah, we can watch a JonTron video. Look, I don't stream with Face nor even plan on it, but my girlfriend eventually came up with the him in frame, and she was wearing a collar I gave her, and that's what collar is for him. Yeah, no, that's actually in that's actually 100%. That's actually in the TOS, where it states that that's not allowed. But then again, Dan Clancy isn't called Dan Gooner Clancy with that, you know, with for no reason. But no, like I said, not gonna get into this just because it's just not my area. Speaking of people who get canceled and kicked out of groups, yeah. But like I said, not really here to have those kind of conversations. I'm glad he learned to keep his opinions to himself. I feel like that's a thing for everybody, right? Like, generally, my rule of thumb for content creation is that I'm just here to have fun. I'm honestly just here to kind of like give everyone like a nice fun time, you know, a nice little escapism. Oh no, not saying we need to get into it. Oh yeah, no, you're fine. No, like, honestly, I feel like people do need to kind of keep their opinions to themselves. Like, for me, my whole thing is that I never get into politics. I'm a very apolitical person. I don't like politics. I like to give people a nice, relaxing time and, you know, just a fun little chatting time and just have a little break from reality, because reality fucking sucks. Like, reality fucking sucks, okay? We don't need more real world shit, right? We don't need more of that. No, that's my rule of thumb. It's something the military has taught me, right? Is that when you put on the uniform, you're apolitical. You don't have a side. Which is generally how I am in general, but yeah. So, so I want to kind of go over this JonTron video. It's called Disney Bootlegs. But also, I don't mind serious conversations. It's just time and place. You know? Hell yeah, and we love it. Yeah, thank you. You serve, yeah. So I'm in the U.S. Army. Yeah, so I was a veteran, and then because the job economy fucking sucks, so I decided to go back in. So there we go. Okay, so this is Disney Bootlegs by JonTron. This is a fucking classic. I love this episode. God, I fucking missed this intro. I wonder how old Jacques is. He's gotta be dead by then. Yeah, this was like I think almost 10 years ago. Understandable to go back in the army. Yeah, no, like it is. Like, so I went back in the army because I genuinely want to settle down and have a family. Because I'm gonna be real, I'm fucking baby crazy, right? I checked, I did like the little bit of research, and apparently, I'm in the age where men want children. Like, I love kids. I want kids of my own. It's one of the reasons why I signed up for the army again, because I want to find a nice woman to settle down with and have a family. So that's why that's actually one of the main reasons why why I went back in. I think Peanut Butter Gamer was the only one who never got into trouble. That whole
thing by me one more time?
Yeah, because I think Peanut Butter Gamer kind of had the mentality of
everything the light touches is our
kingdom. God.
Say it again. Say it to my fucking face.
Help me!
Wow, Bootleg Mufasa, you sure do suck.
Oh.
And I wish I never invited you over.
Oh. Oh God.
Okay, look, this is a heads up. I think something's wrong with your friend Bootleg Zazu over there. You might want to check it out.
Oh! Oh, sweet Jesus!
Oh, hey! It's Bootleg Jacques. What do you got for us today, buddy?
Tally ho! I've come bearing news from the higher-ups. Please advise.
Oh, thanks.
You will never know my suffering. Forever trapped inside this robotic husk.
All right, that's great, Jacques. I'll see you later.
Godspeed, Robotic Jacques.
What do we have here? Oh, look at that. A cease and desist from Disney.
I'm not gonna lie. I would always imagine this is what a cease and desist order from Disney actually looks like. Because they want everything to be all fucking magical and shit. Like, I have a feeling this is what it actually looks like. Yeah, no, have a good night's sleep, Nick. It is like late as shit.
Yeah, that's probably about right. All right, you two, get the hell out of my house. It's over. Well, unfortunately, Disney's
God, I miss these old episodes of JonTron.
But I'll tell you what is much farther away from U.S. jurisdiction.
I mean, Peanut Butter Gamer is
pretty
political, but more
China.
But more that he's like, hey,
include Bear of the Interest.
Wait, hang on. Wait, let me see here. I mean, hey, Peanut Butter Gamer is pretty publicly political, but more he's like, hey, that insert here is super unjust, and that's crazy that you're saying insert is expected to blah 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 fix themselves. I mean, sure. I mean, I also don't really follow Peanut Butter Gamer that much anymore. Where are Gerard and his gaming out of his community? I haven't. Wait. Are you talking about Pro Jared?
Purported baby's toy and also high-class weapon.
Very
well-known catchphrase, please play under the adult inspect to protect. I don't pretend. Everyone knows that one.
Oh, everyone knows that. Oh, that is horrifying.
Yes, even a company like Disney.
Oh, that's genuinely terrifying.
Very protective of its brands, wasn't exempt from the video game bootlegging.
I was gonna say, you're talking about Pro Jared?
Much to their dismay. These games, as usual, take all forms and are generally cobbled together, producing hilarious results much of the time. So let's have ourselves a
The Completionist. Yeah, I've never watched a single episode of The Completionist, but I do know he's a piece of shit.
First off, let's have a look at some bootlegs based on the Lion King films, starting with, quite simply, a game called The Lion King. Copyright the Walt Disney Company. Well, at least they were nice enough to attribute it to the right people. That music. I don't think that's the Lion King. Mowgli begins his journey through the lion to find the man village. Mowgli, huh? The whole lion, huh?
Yeah.
Also, Mowgli's head is down here. Why is this
Mowgli went. Mowgli went through the lion. All right. He's a little bit on his furry arc right now. But yeah, I know of the controversies around the completionist. I just never sat down and watched any of his videos just because I never really thought he was that entertaining. But that's just me.
For NES with minor things changed. Like instead of Mowgli, it's a bipedal lion that doesn't look like anything from the Lion King. You're still
Why is he doing a slob squat?
Off a Lion King game. This is some ass backwards logic.
Man's doing a fucking slob squat. God damn. God damn, son.
If you can't beat him, join him.
God, peak dance moves. God, fucking peak dance moves. Chat, if you want to get women in the club, if you want to get women in the club, that is how you attract a female. This right here, this is peak courtship dancing. That is peak courtship dancing, everybody.
Okay, next up we have another one, The Lion King 5. Don't know where 3 and 4 went. I'm sure they'll give some sort of synopsis for those of us who missed out. Timon is
great.
Really having a good time here, okay? You can tell by that mad flame.
What is up with Timon?
From 3 characters, Timon, Simba, and Pumbaa. Simba and Pumbaa look correct, but Timon has no ears and is wearing a bow tie. Like, what? You got the reference right on the other 2.
Oh, his early
What's
stuff
wrong
was
with
good?
Oh, dear God, it's Walking Fingers.
That's the
have
move
you
I use
guys
on
seen the
CC.
movie? You couldn't have just put something here that wasn't Walking Fingers.
Honestly, that is, if you want to court a fucking female dinosaur, any female dinosaur during mating season, you do that. You do that courtship dance. Oh my God, they are fucking, panties are on the floor. Panties are on the floor. They are ready for breeding, and you got them in your hand. This is why I'm single, everybody. This is why I have not attracted a single female lately.
A lizard, you know, a wildebeest. Not Walking Fingers is the main point I'm trying to make. This game is basically a reproduction of the one for Super Nintendo, but it controls much worse and it's super glitchy.
Oh.
Sometimes you can get farther by manipulating the edge screen and scroll. It's pretty wacky. It's so hard to control. God damn it, no! Out of lives.
Oh! Oh my God!
Are you kidding me?
That will
hangs himself when you get a game over? He just steps into a noose. He didn't even kick over a chair. The earth beneath him just
that will motivate some kids
as you see,
to not
game is apparently
suck at this game.
Ridiculous game over sequences, which also include Timon crying while digging his own grave.
Son of a bitch!
Into a pot of scalding water. Somebody made this, folks. This is real. I can't understand.
Yeah, no, wow.
It's not meant to be shocking or anything. Maybe they just thought that made sense.
What can I say? Circle of life, circle of death, huh?
Because you know it's circular.
I can't live in this world anymore. I saw Timon bury himself while crying. I saw Pumbaa cook himself. It's over for me.
Never mind. I'll keep
God
going.
damn.
The Lion King 2 on Genesis here, okay? How can I say no to that face? They're getting very close to just calling it The Lion King and having it be about The Lion King. Very close. We're almost
God
there.
damn, that was dark. But I love it. That was
Nature
pretty base.
Recycled sprites and assets. But this one here is unique in that it was made from the ground up as its own game. You never know what you're gonna get with this.
Oh. What? Mufasa, you okay there, buddy?
I was scared of Mufasa's face.
You okay there, buddy?
Seriously! Maybe they could have taken some of the face they gave to Mufasa and funneled it into little Simba over here. Looks like he got his head door slammed by Uma Thurman and Kill Bill.
Why are they in China?
The Lion King is looking markedly more, how you say, Chinese this time
Yeah, he's
around.
looking a little bit more oriental than usual.
What was that pussy shit? Get the fuck out of here!
That's a...
All right, whatever. That's a little better, I guess. I'm not going to scold you
That's
twice in a row. Whatever.
very
The Lion King 2.
yeah.
We're in China now.
No.
Deal with it.
Now here's the thing. Are we talking about Cats, the one CGI movie where it even had like CGI buttholes, or are we talking about the actual like stage play of Cats where they actually put in like legit fucking effort? Deal with it. Yes.
Zone 1. Gwillin? What the hell is Gwillin?
Oh, they're just in rural China.
Mufasa over here seems to get the joke, huh? Once again, given that this game was made from the ground up, I don't understand why every single enemy has nothing to do with the Lion King. This one kind of works on Mario rules. If you grab the big ball of gas, you turn into older Simba.
I'll let you
If
decide.
you turn into smaller Simba. Ah,
I don't
crap,
like that.
I died. Wait,
Oh,
what?
Jesus!
Why again with the brutality? He's just hanging here.
Why
again
does
from a rope.
China
His
hate
around his
Simba
neck,
so
branches,
fucking
clinging to
much?
dear life while ominous music plays. I mean, do the Chinese just resent Simba or something?
Like, bro,
you can tell this
I
game
thought
is
lions were
supposed
like
to play like
a
the
big
SNES
thing in
version of
China.
Lion King, which the sprite of Simba is directly ripped from, but it can't quite pull it off. Jumps are hard, everything is floaty, and it's overall just pretty tedious. Ah, yes! Shin's tomb! How could I forget? The terracotta soldiers really tied it all together. And Scar was there. Yeah, around here they start getting
don't
too
you guys
cute with their lovable-
don't you guys remember the scene in The Lion King where motherfucking Simba and adult Simba no, like lions and stuff, because you got like foo dogs, they look like lions, and they got the lion dance, lions, they got like shishis and stuff like that, I'm making a joke here. I know tigers are more important in China than lions, but still. But like, yeah, don't you guys remember like the Forbidden City in The Lion King?
Fine. It's like making a linear platform.
They'll bring honor to us all.
They have to show off their programming skills too. Like in this level, you come to a dead-end door that makes a weird noise when you show up to it.
Come on, what is this, a glitch?
What a joy.
It's a joke.
So after, like,
it's a
30
joke,
literal
guys.
minutes
It's
of
a
me running
joke.
around
I
wanting to
know
blow my brains
tigers
out,
are
I
a
finally
thing in
figured out what
China.
you're
I know
supposed to do. You're
China
supposed to kill all the enemies in the
reveres,
section you're in,
reveres
and
tigers.
only
I
then
know
will the door
that.
open up for you. But good luck, baby, because that's only door number 1 out of like 200. No!
I hate that.
Not to mention, you end up going back and forth between the same doors on accident because it all looks
Oh, that
the
would
same.
actually fuck
Also,
with my
why is
eyes
this game
and my
set
brain.
in Imperial China? The longer I play, the angrier I get about it. How the lions walk from Africa to there, it's pretty far. I honestly don't know why I'm still torturing myself by playing this. I've been here for over 6 hours and I've got nothing to show for it.
All my life. Leading up to this moment.
Yep.
It's been worth it.
Yep.
Every last second.
Also, I just want to sit here and emphasize on this. That was not a swastika. That was a manji.
I am
That was a
blessed.
manji, not a swastika.
Beep, beep! Oh, sorry! What's that? Oh, that's just a you can't make this shit up alarm!
That's
Get out of my brain!
That's a manji.
No,
that's a
honestly, you're
manji.
wondering where this
I want to emphasize on this. That's a manji, not a swastika. A swastika is crooked. That's a manji. Manji means good luck. It is a symbol of universal meaning.
Of Simba cruising atop a swastika-laden blimp comes from? Well, it's very simple, okay? Hitler was a big fan of the Disney Renaissance.
It's kind of funny because the emperor what's his name, Emperor Hirohito, was actually a big fan of Disney, to the point where I think when he was buried with his prized Mickey Mouse watch. No, I'm not kidding. I'm actually not kidding. Yeah, don't you guys know? Birthday praise. Oh my god, I can't escape my German heritage to save my life.
Well, anyways, after
yeah, don't you guys know? The Raka Matata. Everybody knows that Disney song.
that life changer, you just
This
walk
is a
off screen to
classic.
the right and the game ends. What a way to go. And don't you see? The final boss was confronting the Nazi inside of all of us. Hell, I
Now
think at
that
least. I
said,
don't know,
both
that's all
the
I
founder
got.
of Ford and
moving
Walt
on from
Disney
The Lion
were
King, we
were
have
pen
Mulan
pals
for
with
Genesis.
Mr. Mustache. That wouldn't surprise me just because of how just weird history is.
Hey,
Oh, God.
Calm down, Mushu, would you? Maybe tread a little more lightly. Some
And
people
I don't
are
mean no, I got what you mean.
trying to sleep around here.
Also, okay, what I think is kind of funny, looking back at the Mulan movie, I think it's kind of funny to think that everybody, because this was like during a time where Disney wanted to, you know, actually have like the cast match the characters. So like all of Pocahontas, I think, except for like except for all the Europeans, were voiced by Native Americans. And Mulan, almost all the characters were voiced by Chinese or Chinese Americans. The only exception was Eddie fucking Murphy as Mushu. I think that's both kind of funny and just kind of sad. It's like you couldn't ask for. Honestly, looking back on it, I would have liked it if Chris Rock was fucking Mushu instead of Eddie Murphy, because at least Chris Rock starred in a movie with a Chinese man.
Wanna be a man?
Wanna be a man? I don't know, man.
I don't know. I've considered it. I don't know if I'm ready to make the decision though. But thanks for the offer.
Chat, I have to think about this. Do I want to be a man? I don't know. These are thought-provoking questions here. Personally, for me, I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of responsibilities and stuff like that. I would rather be a dinosaur, a man dinosaur. But I don't know, man.
If you haven't seen the movie, this is a horribly mistranslated reference to the song "Be a Man" from Mulan. But hey, at least they're trying to.
Jackie Chan would have been a better choice for
the game
Mushu.
Starts, and of course, they don't use the song that this level is based on. Why would they?
Wanna be a man, must be swift as a coursing river. Wanna be a man.
Movies, she's friends with these characters, but I guess in the world of pirated games,
I feel like that song makes everyone wanna be a man.
Boy, what is this?
It kind of does.
Freddy Krueger glory hole?
Ayo?
The absolute most I can say for this game is that at least it attempts to be somewhat familiar with the subject matter. The characters look pretty convincingly like they could be from an actual Disney licensed game, so alright.
Jesus.
Greatest Wall.
Yeah, you know, fuck the Great Wall. No, fuck your pussy-ass Great Wall.
Nah,
we need the greatest wall. It makes it sound like Donald Trump made that. I'm going to make the greatest wall of China. You can't have the Great Wall. You can have your Great Wall of China. I'm gonna make the greatest wall of China. Be a man sauce. It really does.
Planet. Yeah, as you know, Mulan has always been the best sci-fi.
I was gonna say, yeah.
Dead. All right, nice job, guys. Except for on those hearts, they're terribly asymmetrical, and you should be ashamed.
Yeah, fuck that.
Hey,
oh no!
John.
Who are you?
I'm the Great Bootleg.
The Great Bootleg.
And old JonTron was better.
Wanna see something real bad?
No.
Too bad, bitch. Dying, death, help, barf, no one.
These
can
old
stop
JonTron
the pain.
videos have like
Please
some of
can
the
you
best
stop the pain?
memes and best reaction
Oh,
images.
That's gross, man. What the hell?
The Great Bootleg.
Horrific.
And then magically, John got the box of that disc.
Snow White
Oh.
and the 7 Clever Boys.
Yeah.
Okay, every now and then, you see something you
It'll
just
be
can't
beautiful.
believe is real.
The greatest
This is
one of
those
China.
moments. How could anyone have
It'll
let
be
this
beautiful.
happen? 7 Clever Boys.
The greatest one of China. It'll be beautiful. It'll keep all the Mongolians out. They'd be trashing my shitty wall, but not anymore, because I got the greatest wall of China.
Are these the boys? They don't look so clever. Come to think of it, neither does anyone in this
No,
picture.
none of the.
Like they were
Everyone
the
looks
result
like
of
an
a brother or
inbred.
sister who liked each other, maybe just.
Yeah, everyone looks like a fucking inbred.
This is an actual licensed game for the PS2. Shit, I would have preferred Lion King 2 over this nonsense.
Oh. Oh!
This is real, all right. Look at that menu screen. Mwah! Okay, we got.
I'm not gonna comment on one of their designs.
Crab, a very
I like
alligator.
streaming. I like content creation. I'm not going to comment on one what of them looks like.
Situation they're in. Snow White and the 7 Clever Boys. Snow White and the 7 Clever Boys.
I'm going to be a good boy.
What is that fucking name? Who made this? I'm not gonna get over that. I absolutely guarantee you, I'm Gotta get over that name. I'm a clever boy. Put me in, huh? Put me on that. Get me
I'm
in
a clever
there.
boy. Oh, God.
This game starts off with like a film.
Not quite so long ago, and not so far away, near the seventh town across the seventh river,
have a great
there was a
lurk.
beautiful forest, kept perfectly in order by 7 clever and thoughtful young boys. And here they are.
And here they are. Let's get
Wait,
right to
hold
it.
up.
Come on.
Wait, 4 young boys.
First-
Wait, did he fucking say 4 young boys?
There was a beautiful forest, kept perfectly in order by 7 clever and thoughtful young boys.
Oh, I thought he said and 4 young boys.
And here they are.
And here they are. Let's get right to it. Come on.
First, there was Cubby, who was like a small bear.
A small bear? In what sense?
A small bear? You mean like a midget bear? Because that don't look like a small bear. He looks like a baby.
This child, like a small bear. He's not even wearing a bear on a t-shirt or anything.
And then there was
that looks more like a small bear.
Basil, who was huge. Well, for a boy, he was huge.
For a person, that's pretty fucking big.
It's too late, narrator. You already called the kid fat. It's no going back.
And then Sunny, who
no comment.
took care of the plants.
No
and the
comment.
animals.
What?
No comment.
That's also a very racist depiction of a black person.
Yeah, I would say that's probably on par with the twins from Transformers 2.
This game was approved by Sony with that in it? Nice call, guys. Really good one. Also, maybe, next time don't take too much fashion advice from Uncle Sam and the Harlem Globetrotters.
Yep. No. I'm gonna be a good boy, not say anything.
Oh, sick lyrics, dude.
Beautiful lyrics.
Sick song. Get me out of here. Get me out of here right now.
The real game, if you could call it that, is just absolute nothingness. It's literally
this is
just
my
mini
song.
games
I'm
of
gonna sing it
fighting
right
puzzles,
now. It's like,
jigsaw puzzles and coloring
sorry. I
books.
didn't know you were in
I
such a
don't know
hurry.
what convince someone that this is the thing that they should make for the world to see. But you out there who made this, I got one thing to say to you. All right, follow your dreams, but not this hard. Don't follow them so hard that this happens. But follow your dreams.
Yeah.
Well done. Back to menu. Next.
Well, I think we covered it all. I think that's everything.
Let it go.
Oh.
Let it go.
Oh no, not the Frozen games.
Another letter? Huh.
I feel unexplained joys and sorrows, but alas, I am synthetic.
All right, Chuck, come on. I'm doing something here.
Yeah, man, I don't know where the...
Dress up who?
Oh, no.
I gotcha.
This was a mistake.
Oh, beautiful.
Well,
God, he looks beautiful.
Dress Up Who is a website, I guess.
Oh,
with
it's
dress-up
like one of
games
those,
and
like...
girl games.
It's like one of those weird-ass, like, ad pop-up games that you would see on websites and stuff like that. That might give you a fucking virus if you play them.
Pooh Kitchen slacking. It's girl games.
Oh,
We got
Pooh
Clean Up
Kitchen.
Horse
Oh my
Farm
God,
2.
yes.
No
That's what I
boys
call when I go to the
allowed.
bathroom.
Also, I gotta check out Clean Up Horse Farm 1 sometime. Sounds pretty good. Easily the most fascinating thing about this website is its section on Frozen games, which there are so many of.
Yeah,
but
this
nothing
looks like
comes
this was made
close.
during like the whole Elsa Gate situation where they would make a bunch of like freaky as fuck videos starring like Elsa and Spider-Man and Joker and whatnot. Like this seems like it came out during that time period.
To the majesty.
And they would make
of the
them do like
crowning jewel
horrendous
of this
shit.
website, the one, the only, Elsa, Frozen Brain Surgery.
Yep, this is
Frozen.
definitely during the Elsa Gate stuff.
Brain surgery.
Yep. They
I
also did
cannot
this with
even fathom
Minions.
this. At this moment, I'm truly dumbfounded. It's elegant. It's wonderful. It's got a low chance of survival. Oh
This
my
is also
God, right
traumatizing
there?
for children.
Right
Oh!
right in the brain. Okay. Nighty night, Elsa. It's
Oh my God.
magical. Well,
Oh.
Elsa, I think I see the problem. I see
Oh.
where you might be having some problems. Just gonna
You got Olaf
remove
on the
these off you,
brain.
Elsa, just don't worry.
Literally.
Okay, the rock. We're getting the rock right out of your brain.
How did she get a fucking rock in
And
her
like
goddamn
nothing ever
brain?
happened. This game was barely girly enough for me. I'm gonna need to see more great girl games. Please.
Ah, yes. Ah, yes. When I think of Elsa, I think, as a little girl, I think of brain surgery and pregnancy. As every little girl thinks of. It's a common thing.
You know,
it's a common thing to have.
Is fucked right up. There she is.
Oh.
Let's measure that baby. How big is that baby? Yep, that's the size of a baby, everyone. Yeah, that baby's got a heart too. Unlike the creator of this shit. How many of these are there? Is this a thing?
I don't like
this. Is this just like an unknown genre?
I don't like this. Oh, yep, that was a popular shipping back in the day. Elsa and Jack Frost, I remember.
Baby in the world.
Yep,
I
the
wouldn't
Tumblr
say
people love that.
Oh my god, you're just gonna walk away? You're gonna turn somebody's baby into a zombie and just gonna dawdle away? Your beautiful baby has a fucking hand coming out of his head. Now you're just gonna look mildly disappointed she just walks away?
Yeah, I mean,
is there a procedure for a zombie?
What the fuck? Exactly. I mean, like, look, if my baby looked like this, I would be mildly disappointed too. Like, thought he was gonna be a super mutant.
Of baby? Just put a little ointment on it? Yeah, get some of that. Just drop that in the petri dish.
Yep.
Get that horn. Yeah, take the hand off. See, that was really bugging me. Oh, he's fixed.
Yeah, he's fixed all right. Not really.
Don't give me that cheeky look. All right, you got yourself.
That is someone's.
Oh! Ew! Favors here.
Ew!
Elsa baby
Ew!
birth.
Ew!
Elsa milking cow. Pregnant Elsa foot check. Oh my god!
Oh, you know that's someone's kink. That is someone's kink.
Absolutely horrific. Elsa, what you been doing out there? Why this?
Have you been letting it go all over your feet?
How do these concepts sync up? At least there's a nice snowman in the background. Oh, what the fuck?
What the actual flying fuck?
Oh Lord in heaven, why? I'm gonna throw.
I want to know, like, the actual deranged people who actually thought that, these were good.
Oh my god, I'm actually gonna barf. I'm not fucking around.
Oh! Yeah, nope, that sounds about right. That sounds about right.
I firmly say, I didn't like Frozen 4, but that was a solid 10 out of 10 for me. Gonna go watch that movie again, give it a 2 thumbs up. I'm scarred for life. This is not a joke. This is not a part of the program. This is for real. I'm
Yeah, nope, I agree.
I can still see it. Get out of my brain.
Yep, nope, I agree. I'm gonna have nightmares tonight too.
Wow, what a ride! Thanks for watching.
I am gonna have nightmares tonight, everybody. And this stuff is gonna be my new sleep paralysis demon.
That specializes in pop
I hate
culture
it.
and gamer gear. They guarantee over $40 worth in value in each box. You get about 4 to 8 mystery items in there. Some are limited edition, and you get at least 1 T-shirt with every box. They got a theme every month. This one is power.
I'm going to absolutely hate it.
All right, let's see what's in here. All right, it's pretty cool. Elaborate.
Oh man, I miss these. I don't know if they still do this kind of stuff, but this was a thing for like a while, right? So if you guys weren't like in the know of like the internet back in the day, basically they would do like these kind of like these little boxes that they would ship out full of like, and they would be like different services. I think they still do with like candy and stuff like that, but for a while they would send out like these like kind of like cool little like nerd boxes and stuff. They did that with Godzilla one time, and they came out with some special NECA figures that were only meant for like the boxes, for like these little box monthly stuff. But I don't know if they still do them outside of like Tokyo Treats and I think one other service.
That Harry Potter sucks. Harry Potter doesn't suck. Mel Gibson.
No, Harry Potter doesn't suck. Just the show is going to suck. And it's going to suck balls.
Oh, wait, that's Nathan Drake. Mel Gibson. I think this is my personal favorite one by far. It's like it's that old-timey drink the beer thing, or just like a sacrificial, ow.
Yeah,
ow, for real. Quest adventure awaits! You enter the forest at the darkest point, where there is no path. See, honestly, just a bad idea. I think this is a 20-sided die holder. But the 20-sided die are on the inside, not the outside. That's a shame, because then you could have just rolled this as a 20-sided die. Who needs it? And also, if you're so inclined, there is the loot anime box. What do we got in here? Hot chili salad flavor.
Yeah, I don't think they do loot boxes anymore.
Tokyo Ghoul.
So I remember when, I remember when Tokyo Ghoul was a thing.
Who is this? So if you like that, you think you want it, you can use my special link, lootcrate.com/JonTron, or if you want the anime one, lootcrate.com/JonTronAnime. $3 off on
Yeah,
each.
God, I remember Loot Crate.
Before I get you a great birthday present.
Oh, I gotta pee. Okay,
also, if you
so
wanna
I'm gonna pee, chat, and then we'll vibe until, you know, it's time to raid out. So I will be right back, everybody. Alrighty, guys. Okay. Also, chat. I kind of did a little bit of a fucky wucky because this involves like one of the things that you guys got off of my throne. So luckily it got returned to sender because I completely forgot that I didn't update my throne address to my current location. Luckily, I did catch that today, and luckily my I guess mail forwarding, forward mail, whatever, sent it back because it expired. So I'm very sorry that happened for those who, for the person who got that off of my throne. I do deeply apologize. I actually had to go back and buy it myself. But yeah, no, now Throne is good. I have the proper address and everything now. So we won't have this issue. And when I hopefully move back down to Florida here sometime soon, this won't be an issue. But I do think that is where we are going to call it there for the night. Also, hi, Dragon. Welcome in. We are actually about to raid out tonight. Let me see here. Who do I want to raid tonight? Most of our lovely little Liebchens are on today. So I will be back on Thursday. So I'll be back on Thursday. We are going to be playing Mouse Detective PI. I am really, really excited for that. It's a game that I really wanted to give it a try just because I love the rubber hose style of animation, and I'm always a sucker for a good I'm always a sucker for a good like crime noir game, or just like just in general just a nice noir game. So let me see here. Who of our lovely little friends are on tonight? See here. No one that we really know is on tonight, so let me see here. What about this person? Hi, Chisana. Thank you. I'm glad you weren't here when we were talking about the Snow White and the Seven Clever Boys, because outside of that, no, the stream was good. I always do love talking about JonTron. Let me see here. Yeah, you know, we can read Northern Kiss. Let me see here, because I'm trying to figure out who do we want to raid tonight, because normally our regulars aren't on tonight. Because we got North Kiss, we got Virus. Or, you know, we could raid Mego the Stego. We've never raided, you know what? Yeah, fuck it, why not? We've never raided Mego before. Fuck it, why not? Because she is a robotic Stegosaur VTuber. Oh, you've been here? Okay. Oh boy. Yeah, no, that was a little dicey. That's why I'm just like, look, I'm gonna be a good boy. I'm not gonna comment. I like streaming. I like what I do. I don't want to be canceled. Actually, you know what? Fuck it. Let's raid. Oh, you know what? Ooh, okay. We got a couple of people on now, actually. We got Mincy, and then we also have Mayo. Is Mayo, I think she is... What is she playing today? Is she... Because Mayo is just starting. Mayo's just starting. Oh, Mayo is watching ghost hunting videos. Ooh, yeah, let's do that. I love a good ghost hunting video. So fuck it, let's raid into Mayo. Yeah, so I will be back on Thursday for some Mouse Detective PI. So let me go ahead if my internet would like to be nice today. So let's do Mayo. So let's see here. So Mayo. So Zoe. So let's go ahead and get that raid message going, or let's just get the raid going. So until then, all of you lovely people, I'll catch you all later, and let's go say hi to Mayo.